And that, of course, leads us to this particular conversation that we have this afternoon. But just before that, we would like you to participate in this program where we're asking you a very simple question. I know if you're watching motorsport wherever you are, you're also a football fan. And of course, that's why I have two lovely individuals in this particular studio. They'll share with us which teams they support in the English Premier League and also in Kenya. But first, we're asking you a very simple question. What do you think needs to be done? Of course, our question of the day, what needs to be done to Harambee Stars to at least have some positive results? You can imagine yesterday, Harambee Stars, the national football team, men's team, lost to Estonia. Remember, Estonia is ranked 129 on the FIFA rankings, and Kenya is 113 on the FIFA rankings. Why did we lose against Estonia? That forms the basis of our question. What needs to be done for Harambee Stars to perform better? Talk to us. The places to be, of course, at TV47. That's on Facebook, on digital, on YouTube, on X, on Instagram, and TikTok, because on those platforms, we are live. Now we go very live into this particular conversation in motorsport. I have lovely individuals here, of course, who are doing great exploits in motorsport. Motorsport is a sport that personally myself, I have been very active in for the last, since 2008. And the two individuals who are here in this studio in 2008, they'll tell me where they are. They were in 2008. I know they're looking at me like, what are you trying to say? Don't make us look very bad. I will not make you look very bad. I have, of course, Aman Ganatra, who definitely is one of the top contestants and participants in the four-wheel drive turbo. Yeah. I'm calling it just the way I call it in Western. Turbo restrictor. Karibu sana, Aman.
Hi, how are you, Tony?
It's good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Don't tell us where you are in 2008. I don't want to spoil your CV on air today. Karibu sana, Aman Ganatra. And of course, we also have Neil Gohil, who also is one of the top contenders and participants in the open class category, of course, in the motorsport. Neil, karibu sana.
Thank you so much for having us,
And of course, thank you for making time. We are happy, of course, for what you actually do when you are participating, of course, and giving motorsport the publicity it deserves. Let's just get into it, Ganatra. Recently, of course, we had the WRC Safari Rally.
Yeah.
I'm sure you watched it, maybe physically, or you were there. What was your take home? What did you see? What did you learn? What did you get from it? Of course, now that we had this conglomeration of top drivers from across the globe coming here, there's something you took out from that particular event.
So, as everyone probably knows, the WRC Kenya is one of the toughest events out there. Yes. And all the international drivers coming here, and they don't see how rough the terrain is actually, and they end up breaking their cars. Like on Saturday, I think almost half of the field was out just from those stages. Yes. So from WRC this time, I've taken out that you don't always have to be the fastest to win.
That's very true. Neil, of course, you saw, I'm sure you're watching our drivers, so they had incidences. We had, others were throwing stones. WRC was interesting. We've had drivers currently have said that they want either the cars to be modified to fit the, the weight of this, the stress that the cars feel in the Safari Rally. And then, of course, either they have it or they don't have Safari Rally. What do you think, that you learned from this particular competition, WRC?
Look, WRC is possibly, it is the toughest event in the WRC calendar, and so many things that can go wrong, and we saw that it did go wrong in the event. And the people that we didn't expect to win actually won the event. Taka won the event. So yeah, it was a really massive thing to see how the international drivers take it, especially since it was a wet rally. We haven't really seen it that wet before. And also, we got the opportunity to be in the service park. This year we couldn't really compete, but we got the opportunity to be in the service park to watch the mechanics, how they fix the cars, how they handle themselves in that stressful environment. It's really good to see. It gives us Kenyans like a base of how we can improve and how we can get to that level, because we can get to that level. Yes. And yeah, it was really amazing watching it as it usually is. Mm-hmm. And thank you so much to Kaltundo for letting us come in and see the event and see how things are running. And the international drivers will always be inspiring us, and so will our national drivers in the R5 classes. Yeah.
Very true. Of course, I know Ganatra was being very polite by not saying that they have been allowed in the service park. Yeah, these individuals are the ones who are riding, and of course, you know, the marshals, of course, are being participating in the WRC. But of course, Ganato, yourself, briefly, in a summary, of course, of someone who's watching you for the very first time. Of course, they've had four-wheel drive turbo. They're like, what is that? I mean, for the benefit of someone who's just watching you for the very first time, they don't know motorsport. Briefly, just your history in terms of what you've done in motorsport.
So my name, as you said, is Aman Ganatra. I'm 17 years old, and I've been racing in autocross since 2022. And before that, I used to do kart, but I didn't really do that for that long. I only managed to do 2 races, and then COVID hit. And then from there, we started the twisty corners, and I used to just go out there. It wasn't really that serious and practice. And then my first event was actually at Twisty Corners when we first held an autocross event there, and I managed to win in that one. And then the following season, I managed to compete in the whole season against my good competitor, Neil Gohill. He got the better of me in quite a few seasons.
Nice.
But yeah, we've basically progressed together since the start, me and Neil. And yeah, it's been fun. We've gone through various different classes. We've driven various kind of cars.
Yes.
We started off in the buggies, and then we moved on to two-wheel drive cars, non-turbo, and then now we're racing in the current classes. The four-wheel drive restricted, so like the turbo is restricted, and Neil is racing in the open class.
And Neil yourself, of course, someone who's watching you, whether male or female, who's watching you and they want to know you. Who is Neil Gohill, of course, especially now that you mentioned about open class. What is that? When did you start? Where are you at? And of course, where are you looking for in the future as well?
Okay, so yeah, my name is Neil Gohill. I'm also competing in autocross. I'm 18 years old. I've been competing, I think, since 2021 in the buggy. Just like Aman, I'm not going to repeat what he said, but we've gone through the processes of climbing the steps, going through the different kind of cars, and we've had quite a few. I started off, my first competitor actually was Brandon Ganga in the junior class in 2021. That was a close battle. I ended up coming second in that championship by 10 points in my first season. And then, yeah, it's always been a back and forth between me and this guy. Yeah. It's rivalry that we have on track, but as you can see, we're very good friends off the track, and there's a lot of banter between us. And yeah, it's just that community in the motorsports that is helped us to get to the level which we are at, because now we're currently in the top levels at 17 and 18 years old, and we are competing with people much older than us with much more experience, and sometimes we get beaten and sometimes we get the better of them as well. So yeah, it's really fun, and it's good to see us both progressing together.
Of course, both of you, I'll later ask you who is your role model a little bit later in the motorsport world, who gives you inspiration. Of course, I know you'll tell me about your parents. I'm sure they're watching right now, so you better prepare that script very well. Otherwise, you might not have dinner in your houses tonight. But of course, just before I ask that question, the Motorsport Excellence Awards. Of course, you participated in it. The inaugural event, 2025, was happened, of course, last year. What do you think let me ask Ganato, what do you think the objective of this particular awards? Do you think it's achieving what it sets out to do? Because at the end of the day, I know from what I heard from your dad is that you're using this to give an opportunity to the young ones to get to see that indeed there's the openings of so many things they can do in motorsport.
Yeah, so MEA is designed to recognize the talent that isn't recognized enough. So all the youngsters who maybe they don't win a championship, but they still get the chance to get recognized in their awards. This helps them get motivated to compete at a higher level, push them to different boundaries, and really get themselves known into the motorsport world and get sponsors and all of that.
Very good. Neil, how was your racing? I mean, just briefly, how was your racing last season? And of course, I'm asking you that because I'm sure you're looking forward to the Motorsport Excellence Awards this evening.
Right.
So I'm giving you an opportunity to speak to the judges to select you, if they have not selected you yet. But of course, how was your season last time out? And what do you think are the lessons you learned from last season that you can?
I mean, look, we are in Kenya. The terrains are quite difficult to sometimes conquer. We had quite a few ups and downs in the season. Out of a few races, I think we won 4 races out of 8. But we had a few DNFs here and there, and look, every team has the challenges that they have to go through, and it's just learning experience. We have our good mechanics. You know, I have Nicholas, we have Dano. They're working on the car day and night to get that car sorted. There was a race that we had a night stage actually, and we ended up breaking the car on the night stage. But the season was, overall, it was good. We ended up winning both the championships in Autocross and Autocross Plus. We were competing against my coach, Shaz Ismail. Yeah, we learned a lot from that season. The win was hard fought, and I think for us, we were also looking at the times of the four-wheel drive guys because they were quite a bit quicker than us. And last year, I couldn't keep up with him. I mean, he's on a different level. But this year, since we've upgraded, we're also in Evo 10 now.
Yes.
We should be able to. I'm actually coming back to Aman's class, so we should be able to get there. And yeah, it was a good season. And this MEA Awards, it is, as Aman said, it's an award to recognize the Kenyan talent. I mean, I've been to so many events in terms of the awards and stuff. Last year was phenomenal. I don't think I've ever seen an event like that before in my life. The organization, I would say it was a world-class event. I would compare it to the FIA event. Yeah. And to see that the local scene is doing something like this is really impressive. And yeah, hands down to the MEA team for doing this. And yeah, thank you.
Well done for that. Aman, who are behind you? Who has been very instrumental in terms of your growth, where you are until right now? I know your parents, sponsors, maybe individuals, friends. Don't tell me about your girlfriends. Of course, people have really been behind you to ensure that you are where you are right now.
Yeah, so there's been quite a few people over the years. Starting off in karting, it was my dad and my driver mainly. My dad really supported me a lot. I've never seen him change an engine between heats like that. Like, I've never seen him do it again. And yeah, so it started off with just them two. And then once we hit COVID, we took a break from motorsports in total. And then once we came back, Tariq Rashid, my uncle, he's the one who's mainly been guiding me, along with a lot of other people in the motorsports world, such as Baldev Chaga. He's coached me numerous times. Tapio Lakanen, he's also coached me. And I've also had the opportunity, obviously, because of my parents. Yeah, I really thank them for the amount of support they give me. We've had the opportunity to go international numerous times, and it's not like we go there to waste time. We've come back with some good results. There was one time I came back with a podium, and that's just after driving the car a few times. So yeah, the speed is there. It's just now we need to find more sponsors. So we're always open to many different various types of sponsorship. And yeah, mainly thanks to my parents, my family, my friends, and all my sponsors. Yeah.
Well done. And Neil, of course, I know yourself also, you have a list of key people behind you, of course, who've been, made you sure that you are where you are at in motorsport.
Yeah. For me, we actually started off this journey with, of course, my parents as well. I used to actually watch my dad rally, as you said, in the 2007 season, where I was born in that year as well.
Finally.
Yeah, we could. But anyway, yeah, Dad actually just put me into a buggy built by Robert Gao. And we just started off a season for jokes during the COVID, after COVID, just to see how I was. I was actually quite good at what I was doing. We had to upgrade that car really, really quickly. Yeah. So just, that support that you're getting from your parents to start up, it was really important for me. And then along the way I got other, let's say, sponsorship, and I was carrying the brand of Shell, and I still am carrying the brand of Shell till date. Thanks to Mark Centeu and Peter Murungi for the support that they have given me. And there are several other sponsors that have been, whatever, we're always open to more sponsorship. We want to get on those world stages, we want to get to ARC. And we can't do it without the help of the sponsors, and because this sport it's as much as it looks cheap, but it's really not cheap. Yeah. Especially at the level that we are at now. That little support from the sponsors, the parents, it makes a difference. Then I've also had my mom, who makes sure we have the entire crew is fed, and my sister, who humbles me sometimes. And yeah, you know, just small things. And I've also had the background support from my friends. And yeah, it's really good. And it's really helped both of us actually progress in our motorsports journeys.
And I'm reserving more questions for you, of course, after you've lifted your awards. I'll plan this particular, more questions will come, of course, after this particular event this evening, because if I finish the questions right now, I'll have no more questions after you've won your awards, right? But of course, Neil Gohill, of course, in the open class category, as well as Aman Ganatra in the four-wheel turbo class, for, of course, making time to come and share with us. Just 30 seconds. What message do you give an upcoming motorsport, a young person who's looking forward to motorsport? 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Someone is watching you and they're like, hey, how did you make it? 30 seconds. So, speak to someone who's thinking and is still very undivided.
Okay. So I would say just to go for it. If you have the budget for it, you shouldn't hold back. It's a really enjoyable sport. You get to meet new people who are very friendly, and you get to interact with various people all around, even international guys. And you really get that exposure. You get to have a lot of fun on weekends. So way to like de-stress from work or school, whatever. And it's really fun.
Good. Neil, 20 seconds. Someone is speaking for you and they want to start motorsport. Because motorsport is varied. It's not about you just driving or riding, anything. There's so many things you can do beyond motorsport.
Whatever you guys want to come out for, whatever discipline it is, say it's tarmac, say it's autocross, the first step you should take to getting into this is come watch the event. There's so many drivers that are there to give you advice on how to come in, and there's so many people that will help you and guide you into getting into the sport, such as myself. That's how we got into the sport as well. Don't be shy, come talk to us. All the drivers are friendly. Unless me and Aman are together, then we're just fighting with each other all the time. But yeah, no, we're all friendly. Come to us and come ask questions, and we're always here to help you.
They're on social media as well. Of course, find them. Look for Ganatra, look for Gohill, look for Neil, look for, and of course also look for Dimension Global Communications. My very good friend Kome Kazungu, thank you very much indeed for making sure that these top speed stars, of course rising stars in motorsport, are here. And we're speaking about this reason being because the 2026 Motorsport Excellence Awards will be taking place this particular evening at Windsor Golf Hotel and Country Club, where of course I'll be in attendance this evening. So if you're watching in Windsor, I better be having that front row seat. But thank you very much, gentlemen. And thank you, of course, to the entire motorsport, really, for making the sport grow in Kenya. Motorsport Kenya, keep on doing what you do. And, of course, Max and Teo at Vivo Energy, you're doing a great work in nurturing our talent. This, of course, is Sports Extravaganza. My name is Tony Kwalanda. Now, just before we shift to former Kenyan Premier League champions in football, they are here. I've seen them. First of all, let me just take you to Windsor Golf Hotel and Country Club, where we had the 2026 All-Africa Junior Team Championship. And Kenya finished in second place behind South Africa. That means South Africa and Kenya have booked their tickets for the Junior World Championships in Japan. Congratulations to the juniors, that is Captain Belinda Wanjiru, Captain Junaid Manji, Yuvraj Raput, Sevi Soni, Kanana Muzomi, Mwadhi Gisheru. Well done, of course, led by Coach Orwenyo, and of course the entire team, KGU, JGF, and of course who are part of this particular milestone for Kenya to qualify for the World Championships Junior in Japan. Congratulations and well done. We shall, of course, be preparing for that event that will be happening later. So we appreciate also this particular tournament was hosted by the Kenya Golf Federation together with the government, that's the Ministry of Sports. So well done to everybody who made it a success. So let's, of course, listen into the KGU chairman, that is Kinuthia, the KGF president, Vincent Mukiri, and of course a host of other players who are part of this particular tournament.
It's been a very wonderful experience. We've hosted the whole of Africa in Kenya. This tournament is the biggest junior event in Africa. So the whole world is looking at us. And so it has been nice hosting the countries. Their feedback is that they've really loved the experience, so that is positive for us. A tournament like this shows that, one, Kenya is not only a golfing powerhouse, we are a sports powerhouse. So whenever you have the attention of the world here, there are so many benefits that the country derives. Partners, and especially NCBA, have walked this journey with juniors. If you realize our juniors' performance should be the best ever in this tournament, and NCBA has walked right from the beginning with us. So we appreciate how they're supporting golf, not just juniors, even seniors and pros.
The tournament has been electric in the sense that very exciting for us, both as administrators in the sport as well as the juniors who are playing, and even for the parents. I think for this country, this is a great, I think the most top junior event that we have hosted. And so it opens up a lot of doors for us, both as junior golf and even as even senior golf. So many learnings to take from this tournament, so many things that we can learn from, and so many networks and connections that have been made here that will go to extend the reach of junior golf in Kenya. When we came into this tournament, we set individual goals and team goals. So individual goals, each player was supposed to check what they had set for themselves. But because it was a team event, we also said we want a podium finish. So podium finish, we were aiming for gold, but we are very happy with the number 2. So as we carry on our work as junior golf, we rely or we partner with partners, sponsors, collaborators. And what the sponsors and the collaborators have done is to ensure that we are able to go to spaces that we would not go to. We are able to reach to children that we cannot reach to. Currently, what we are doing is that we are getting into golf in schools. And again, all these things are made possible by the sponsors. Our top sponsor is NCBA. NCBA has been our sponsor for the last several years, putting in as the main sponsor quite a chunk of money that we have used to run our programs. Every year we do have about 40 to 50 tournaments, and these are made possible by such support. Again, we have a lot of grassroots training that happens, so the sponsors go a long way in ensuring that, I think when we started we had about 3,000 juniors, now we had about 5,000 or 6,000, and so sponsors, collaborators like NCBA help us to go to a bigger level than we would without their support.
Mashindano haya kwa timu yangu ya Tanzania imefurahia na tunashukuru kushindana mashindano haya katika Kenya, na tunashukuru wadhamini wetu wa NCBA kutupambania mpaka tumefika katika nafasi tuliokuwa nayo. Kwa NCBA ni urafiki sana wa junior Tanzania, na kutuwezesha kufika hapa kwenye mashindano haya wametuwezesha kwa hali ya juu sana, na tunawashukuru sana. Kwa hiyo tunajivunia NCBA kwa timu yetu ya Tanzania.
Nimepata uzoefu, experience kucheza mashindano haya, sababu nyumbani kule viwanja vingi ni tofauti na kiwanja hichi, alafu pia wachezaji tuliokutana nao, kwa hiyo nimepata experience. Tutajiandaa vizuri, tutarekebisha makosa madogo madogo ili tuweze kufanya vizuri mchezo ujao.
It's a great privilege. I'm really happy that I was able to play the best. But for me, the biggest thing was just making sure we worked as a team and made it out as a team, not just individually. I mean, it's been great, especially NCBA. They sponsor a lot of our junior tournaments, and that's huge for us and our growth. Because the more experience we can get, the better we'll be able to play. And so a big thanks to all the sponsors. We couldn't have achieved this without them. And if their continued support will help us get even further and further.
It was a great day. I mean, I didn't start that well. I mean, I was level through 11, and then luckily I finished 4 birdies my last 6 holes. So happy to have gone 68 today and happy to claim the title. I didn't expect to be champion. I first had to beat my players there. They're all very good players and really privileged to have done that. And I mean, playing against the top players in Africa is also, it's a big privilege. And to be able to be the champion, I mean, it's only an honor, and I can't describe. I mean, it's been a dream since I was a child to be the #1 player in the world, and this is part of that stepping block. So hopefully I get there one day.
Of course, well done to Team Kenya for finishing second in the All Africa Junior Team Championship golf held, of course, in the past from the 23rd to the 26th at the Windsor Golf and Hotel and Country Club. This is Sports Extravaganza. My name is Tony Kwalanda. We're shifting gears from golf. Of course, we started with motorsport. We went a bit of golf. Right now, of course, we're getting into football. And this particular afternoon, of course, we are privileged really to be hosting former Kenyan Premier League champions, or currently known as Sport Pesa League champions, Tusker FC. And Tusker FC are having a topsy-turvy season this particular time around in the top flight league here in football. And this particular afternoon, I'm honored to be having the new head coach of Tusker Football Club. That is Julien Met. I hope I've said it well. Or is it Mete?
No, you said it very well.
Met. Okay.
Like I met you.
Yeah, like Met. Thank you for that explanation. And it's Met is M-E-T-T-E.
Yeah.
Correct. Just that clarification for anyone who gets it wrong. Then, of course, we have the captain of Tusker Football Club, Bwana Charles Momanyi. Yeah. It's good to have you. Karibu sana TV47. Asante. We are glad, of course, you made time. And then, of course, we have one of our ule mshambuliaji mkali sana wa timu ya Tusker. Amesema tuchanganye Kiswahili na Kizungu sababu hapo ndio tupige shughuli watu waweze kuelewa vizuri. Ibrahim Joshua, yeah. Karibu sana.
Asante sana.
It's good to have you. Thank you very much. Coach, you found the team all over the place. How is that steadying the ship going about now that, of course, you're sort of in the mid-table in the standings this season?
Don't look at the standings. So thank you for the information. I took the team in a bad shape in any kind of definition, the way to play, also the dynamics and the result. So I had a lot of work in terms of analysis, individual players, but also the team strengths and weaknesses. And I'm very happy that more than happy of the work that the players have done, and also all the club around the players. The club helped me, from the chairman to the kit managers, everybody welcoming well and helped me. So that's for now. It's a great journey with Tusker FC, and I hope big things are coming.
Very true. Captain, for me, I know we're supposed to get to the technical and integrity, but I like the welfare of players. I like the welfare of the team. I like to hear about the welfare of the technical bench, the welfare of all those people, of course, who are behind Tusker FC. When people see the players on the pitch playing, definitely there's a lot that has been done behind here. Your team, kuna motivation, kuna is KBL, EABL taking care of players?
Yeah, first of all,
wewe ndo captain, wewe ndo unakaa na hawa jamaa. Wanakuwatch sasa hivi. I learn to hear the situation on the ground.
Kitu ya kwanza mimi nashukuru. Being a captain of Tusker. Kuna vitu mingi tunapitia challenges, but ukiangalia management huwa inatusaidia sana. So kuna winning bonuses, kuna mshahara inakuja on time. So ni ile tu ni sisi kuwork. Ndio hiyo tupatie Briwa chundao ma sponsor wetu, ndio tuwapatie at least kitu ya wanafurahia. So sioni kuna ugumu yoyote kulingana na Tusker, wanatupatia everything what we want as Tusker. So I don't see any complaint kulingana na wachezaji nini, you everything tunapatiwa.
Indeed.
Yeah.
After dressing room, I hope mmesikia Captain Nyonya ameongea, na kama hajaongea mnitumie text tuweze kudeal na yeye saa hii live. Joshua, of course, as kama mshambuliaji wa Tusker FC, hii season imekuwa tricky sana in terms of kupata mabao. Sorry, Matt, they wanted me to speak in Kiswahili, but we'll translate for you, don't worry. Josh, of course, mabao imekuwa tricky kukam. Compared to other seasons, and of course, Tusker where they are right now, shida ni nini sasa, ama challenge ni nini katika safu ya ushambuliaji?
Mimi nipende kusema kwamba kwa sababu nimefika saizi, so sijaona challenge yote kutokana sijakuwepo hapo awali. So kwa saizi kidogo tunaweza kufunga, sio kwamba tuwezi, kwa sababu katika game 6 hakuna game ambayo ni game, nadhani game moja tu, game mbili ambazo tujafunga ni ya Shabana na FC. Yeah, tunaendelea kwa coach ni mpya, anajua pale tunapokosea yeye ndo anarekebisha. Yeah.
Very true. Yeah. And coach, of course, I'll remind you, you told me I'll need to remind you. I'll be reminding you, of course, the standing on the table, because statistics don't lie, they are very stubborn. Yeah. But made, of course, Tusker right now with 37 points. so far, after 25 matches played, we are remaining with around about 9 or so games to be playing this season. The Gor Mahia, the title contenders, are 56 points. What is your realistic target at the end of this season?
I already said it. First game I arrived, we lost against Shabana, and after I said it's over for the title. So it's been a long time it's over for the title. We focus on the cup.
Yes.
We are still running for the cup, and the two best team of Kenya are out of this competition. So we have to take our chance 100%. And that allows us to play CAF Confederation Cup next year. And regarding my experience in Africa, the way Tusker is organized as a club deserve to play CAF Confederation, because it's well organized in terms of anything, coaching staff and everything around the club, the way that they take care of the players in terms of salary, everything. So this type of club, Africa need these types of club in top competition. So I'll be very happy to win this cup. It's a trophy, but also it allows us to play CAF Confederation Cup. But we need to finish the best ranking possible in the league, of course. So as I always say, the main objective is to win the next game, but win with our principle and our philosophy that help us to be consistent.
Thank you, Coach. Captain, I'll just need you to weigh into the Harambee Stars. Harambee Stars, of course, we lost against Estonia yesterday in the FIFA Series 2026 men's tournament in Kigali. 5-4 on penalties, 1-1 in normal play. Estonia is ranked 129, or is behind Kenya. We are 113. What was your analysis of that particular fixture? From where you're watching from, wale watu kwa mtaani, wale ulikuwa na watch nao, ama kama una watch na dressing room na Tusker, mlikuwa mnasema nini juu hiyo game?
Ukiangalia yesterday Kenya, they played very well regardless of the results, but wengi tuliona walicheza vizuri, lakini ni ile result haikuwa poa. Ukiangalia ni vijana wageni wengi, so ni kuangalia tu kutoka hapo, juu coach tumpatie time, ana build team. So tusiangalie ni nani akukua, nani achakuwa, nani angekuwa, ingefanyika nini, but ukiangalia hiyo game Kenya, we played very well.
Indeed. Asante. Joshua, of course Kenya is preparing for, Kenya inajitayarisha kwa Africa Cup of Nations. We are hosting that tournament, of course, here in the country, co-hosting with Tanzania and Uganda. What do you think the FIFA series tournaments, easy friendlies, what do you think zinasaidia kivipi some of our national team, and of course our Kenya Premier League team players who of course feature into the national team, inasaidia kivipi hizo mafriendly kucheza na kina Estonia, kucheza na, of course now you see this whole global matimu kutoka nje wamekuja wamekaa Kigali, and of course our players can interact with them. How important is this particular friendly series ya FIFA?
Kwanza ni jambo zuri sana kwa sababu huwezi anza mashindano wakati hujajiandaa na hujajua udhaifu wako uko wapi na uzuri wako uko wapi. Cause FIFA ametoa hii break kwa sababu kila taifa lijiandae. So mimi nadhani ni vizuri zaidi kwa sababu hata coaches watajua ni wapi pa mapungufu, ni wapi pako sahihi. Kwa hiyo inasaidia sana kwa sababu I think huwezi enda kwenye ni kama boxing, huwezi pigana tu siku hiyo lazima ujiandae, lazima mtu I think ni hivyo tu kwa sababu lazima timu zijiandae. Kwa hiyo inasaidia sana.
Yes. Indeed. Coach, there's I'll just use another reference of the chairman of FC Leopards. I know it doesn't concern you, of course, as Tusker. However, the national team is composed of players from Tusker, Gor, Shabana, all those players. Do you think, the selection of players to the national team reflect how your team is performing, or doesn't? Do you think those are correlated? Because some coaches, some chairmen of other clubs are, they're out there saying, why is the national coach not selecting players from, for example, FC, for example, from Tusker, for example, from Kariobangi Sharks? Do you think the composition of the national team reflects either good or bad, for example, for Tusker, if Tusker is just giving out one player?
Okay, I've been head coach of a national team in Djibouti for 3 years, so I know very well that the job is quite different from a coach of a club. You pick the players that fits your philosophy, and if these players play for foreign or abroad, you take them from abroad. If they play local, you take them from local. So the selection made by McCarthy is the McCarthy selection, as I'm French, and the selection from Deschamps is Deschamps selection, and we have 60 million different coach in France, so maybe the same for you. So it's not important to start to argue with this type of points. AFC, if he prefers to have 5 players in national team and be ranking 7, then we can change. And I propose to be second on ranking and keep my players with me. So it's up to him. There's always a moment where you can blame or complain. To me, let's go on. It's McCarthy's selection. AFC does a very good season. That's it. Sometimes you do a very good season, but you don't have top player. It's a collective. And sometimes you have top players and you don't do a good season. So football is quite complicated. It's hard to do easy analysis. You have very good players in low team, and you have team who are ranking very high, but you don't see a player makes the difference. It's more the collective. So I don't have a clear opinion because I'm here only less than 2 months. But what I can say is that as a head coach of national team, you want to win and you pick the best players regarding your philosophy. And also something very important in national team is also the mindset, discipline, mental of the players, because you represent a country, a nation. So I don't know, but as I can, in my own experience as a head coach, and also what I know from Deschamps, who wins a lot of titles with France, discipline and mindset is really important. So sometimes you see a player is very good, why is not in the national team? Maybe it's because the mindset, the psychology, who doesn't fit the very high level, because it's quite different to play for Kenya and to play here local national league.
Well done, and of course well done for France beating Brazil.
Thank you. But for us it's normal, we always it's a poor team compared to us.
Well done, coach. Captain, for the benefit of our player, of course, who's looking forward to being a captain of Tusker, what do you tell them? There's a player somewhere in the non-league competitions, in tournaments, they're watching you. You come, of course, from a community, unatoka mahali fulani, wanakuangalia. Ungependa kumwambia nini? Of course, unaona changamoto zile maplayer wanapitia. That transition period, I mean, there's a gap in terms of how we nurture our talents towards, of course, what do you tell them? What hope can you give them? Ama tu waanze tu kuuza tu vitu zingine?
Hapana. Football iko na challenges pia. Alafu it needs a lot of sacrifice.
Yes.
Another thing ni kusema lazima uwe na discipline. Yes. Hiyo ndio key. Kucheza football high level like Kenyan Premier League, you have to be disciplined. Na you work. Nothing else. Ni hiyo tu.
Very true. Joshua, yourself, of course, challenges ambazo umeface wewe, challenges ambazo umekumbana nazo in your career in football na venye umezi overcome for the benefit ule player ambaye of course anajaribu kufika hiyo time pia kwa striker mkubwa of course wa team ya team kama Tusker ama ingine yote, ungependa kumwambia nini? Challenges ambazo umepitia overcome aje, and of course kupatiana hope kwa vijana wako huko mtaani na wala na grow?
Mimi nipenda tu kuambia wasikate tamaa kwa sababu mpira una mambo mengi.
Yes.
Na mpira hutaki uchanganye vitu vingi sana. Yes. Kwa sababu mmoja nina group la marafiki zangu ambao walishaacha mpira. So wewe ni focus na kile ambacho, yani focus na ndoto yako.
Yes.
Kwa sababu leo mimi naweza nikaa niko na captain hapa. Captain moyo wake si ule wa kupambana kwamba anataka afike sehemu fulani. So mimi nikisikiza akili ya captain siwezi fika sehemu yote. So mimi ninachotaka kuambia ni kwamba wangangane, kwa sababu kuna challenge nyingi sana. Kuna watu naona kabisa unaenda hata kwenye trial unapata mtu kaja tu na gari hapo. Afu anaambiwa ingia hapo, sign, ushang'ang'ana karibia miezi 2 hapo. Usiwahi kata tamaa. Wewe pambana hadi mwisho kwa sababu lazima Mungu, kuna kitu Mungu amekuwekea mbele. Hakuna, kila mtu ana sehemu yake. Yeah. So mimi ninachowaambia wasikate tamaa hata siku moja. Yeah, wafuate tu. Yani wafuate tu, asio yani makundi, yani asifuate akili ya mtu, fuata moyo wako unataka nini, utafika.
Na captain, uko kwa social media sababu unajua sasa uko na mafans. Sasa mafans wanakureach aje? Sasa pengine kuna vitu ambavyo sijauliza leo na wangependa kureach out kwako kwa mitandao ama wanapitia tu ya Tusker?
Niko Facebook ni Momanyi Charles, Instagram ni Momanyi Charles, TikTok ni Nyamira 1.
Unasema unakuanga TikTok?
Yeah.
Kwanga pale unafanya vitu zako?
Hapana.
Okay, Nyamira, umesema Nyamira 1 kwenye TikTok sio? Waanza kupata pale waweze kutangamana naye pia waweze kuongelesha. Joshua, wewe kwenye mitandao?
Mimi Instagram na TikTok tu basi.
Inaitwa vipi?
J Ibrahim.
J Ibrahim.
Yeah.
J Ibrahim kwenye Instagram
zote
na J Ibrahim utapata pale. Which team do you support in the English Premier League? Quickly tukimalizia interview.
Chelsea.
Mamanya na support Chelsea. Joshua?
Chelsea.
Coach, in the English Premier League, which team do you support?
None. No, I don't support a team.
But you support PSG or Monaco or Marseille?
No. I come from Bordeaux in France, so the only club I support in my life was Bordeaux. But now Bordeaux is amateur, so I don't support really a team. No.
You're trying to say Arsenal don't play good football, you can't support any English Premier League team?
No.
I'm just joking, Coach. Of course, Coach supports the work of Tuchel and of course the work of France. Well done, gentlemen, really for making time. Quickly, of course, my player, Coach, you have your technical bench. Maybe they will want to hear you appreciate the work that you do. It's very important you have a technical bench that, of course, you work with to put this young men who are there, and of course
technical bench. I don't know the
okay.
last name.
They want you to appreciate them.
It's Anthony, who is assistant coach in Kenya football team.
Yes,
national team. I also have Gits as a data analyst, and Patrick, and Biggie and Duncan as a goalkeeper coach. The Doc Cliff is like my daddy here. So thank you all of them. Also the kick manager, the team manager. Yeah, very good team around the players.
Very true.
Good work.
Captain, of course, who do you appreciate in your team? You can mention names because they're watching right now. I gave them this link to watch, so you better mention them or else you might not be having a very good week.
Itabidi ni mention karibu wote juu watanimaliza.
Kadhaa wale representative wale makateni.
Wataniambia, captain, mbona mimi ulinisahau? Okay, niko na my assistant captain Tom Teka. My top striker El Kapaito. Midfielder niko na Iguma, is a Ugandan.
Yes.
Niko na Collins Odhiambo, ni fullback. Niko na Dennis Wanjala, ni fullback left.
Yes.
Niko na Seville, man from Congo. Niko na goalkeeper Pavel, a man from Congo also.
Good.
Niko na Bless Aguero, a striker from Ghana. Ibrahim Joshua already ako hapa.
Yes.
Niko na Yakin Mteeli, so a winger. Fabian Adikinyi, midfielder. Chris Erambo ako national team, midfielder. Dennis Oguta, the midfielder. Francis Duol, that's my ni partner wangu tunacheza na yeye. Is a defender. Kuna Alex Onjuari, ni defender also. Kuna Brian Opondo, ni goalkeeper. Kuna Brandon Ubiero, ni goalkeeper. Nani tena ni Omole, ni offensive.
Yes.
Niko na
usisahau chairman. Naweza kosa mshahara 8
si hiyo niko side ya wachezaji. Kwa wachezaji I think kama sijasahau yao tu. Alafu tukikuja tu kwa management, Apple chairman Charles Gasheru na my CEO anaitwa
CEO tu wa Tusker.
Unajua hii tumezoea jina CEO.
Mpaka mnazao
jina yake.
CEO wa Tusker umeappreciatiwa na
lakini anaitwa Samuel Nzau.
Yes.
Kuna team manager Pondo. Alafu tuko na kids manager.
Yes.
Anaitwa Charles Tutu. Hiyo Tusker tuko na Charles wengi.
Scouting team.
Alafu tuko na jamaa wetu wa Girao anatutengenezea pale anaitwa Mosh.
Yes.
Pia yeye ako hapo. I think ni yao tu.
Wengine
kocha amesema pia.
Very true. It's very important, Captain, of course, really to mention these names of those people who are part of the squad, so that this is appreciated for the work they do. Coach, thank you very much, really, for making time, and of course, sparing time. I know you're preparing, you are training and preparing for, what is coming up ahead of the season. But thank you for sparing time to come to TV47. This is the home of also Radio 47 and also Digital 47. Of course, my colleagues Arocho, Kauleni and Lucky, of course, are stationed here. Asante sana. Joshua, of course, thank you. Keep on doing what you do at Tusker. Hapa sitapiga to support hapa hivi. Of course, in case of anything, if you have any problems, I'm on social media. If the coach is not doing the right thing, just text me. I'll not say your name, of course, if you're anonymous. Captain, thank you so much, of course, for making time, of course, for standing with this team and making it the very best. We wish you the very best this season. And of course, send our regards and best, of course, to the entire squad. Asante sana. This, of course, is Sports Extravaganza. My name is Tony Kwalanda. Just before we shift gears to, I know we have Kuta Collections in the house who are participating. It's an non-league team participating in the Mozart Bet Cup, FKF Cup, or Cup, ile inaongelea huku hivi. We just want to hear their story. But before then, I have my international football journalists right now. I'm being told I have Charlie Rowing. Charlie Rowing is in London, and of course we want to join him right now one-on-one. And Charlie Rowing, of course, has been following for us on our behalf, of course, in the UK. This story about Liverpool and Mo Salah and all that saga that is happening around Mo Salah and the transfer. Charlie Rowing, what do you have the latest about this? Charlie Rowing, of course, if you can hear us, you can get to us, of course, give us the very latest about what you know about Mo Salah, Liverpool, and anything, of course, in the English Premier League.
Hi, TV47. A pleasure to be joining you once again. I'm Charlie Rowing, European football reporter, currently based in the UK, and it's official. The Egyptian king will be leaving Anfield this summer. Yes, this week Liverpool confirmed that Mohamed Salah will be leaving the club at the end of the season after 9 extraordinary years where he won everything that there is to win, including 2 Premier League titles and helping the Reds lift their 6th Champions League trophy. He also set countless personal records along the way, including the most Premier League goals for Liverpool, the 4th highest Premier League goals, the highest scoring African player in EPL history, becoming Liverpool's 3rd highest goal scorer overall, their European record holder, and the first African player to score 50 Champions League goals. Truly incredible. However, Salah is that good that I still don't think listing all of his accolades and trophies do justice to what a phenomenal player he truly is. I'd even go as far to say he's probably the greatest Premier League player in the modern era, and certainly Liverpool's. But all good things must come to an end, and I suppose the first question will be, is this the right time for Salah to leave Liverpool? Well, as I mentioned, he's done all that he can do at the club, so it's normal he's going to want a new challenge. But the bigger question there is, does he want a new challenge in terms of trophies he can win, or how much money he can earn? Of course, there was interest from the Saudi Pro League last season, namely from Al Ittihad, where it really looked like at one stage he might be leaving. However, he then signed that contract extension, something that Liverpool might now be regretting, having made such a big song and dance about it. If he wants to win new trophies, well, he can play wherever he wants. Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Juventus, PSG, he's got the pick of the bunch. So I think it's more of a question for Mr. Salah to answer where his ambition lies, and it will tell us a lot about his character, what he chooses. Arne Slot, of course, played a big part in Mo Salah's departure, and there was that interview after Liverpool's 3-3 draw against Leeds earlier in the season where Salah said he felt thrown under the bus really by Liverpool and was an unused substitute in that game, and that someone didn't want him at the club. Then he was left out of the Liverpool squad entirely for a big match in the Champions League away to Inter Milan. So I think it's quite clear who that someone is. They eventually made up and Salah was back in the team a week later, but you feel that Salah going public with that, it's never fully quite repaired his relationship with Slot. And it's just not the same sort of relationship he had with Jurgen Klopp either, where it felt almost at times like father and son. And I've got no doubts as well that Klopp really helped to improve Salah as a player. There's been question marks around Slot this season, given Liverpool's form. He did brilliantly last year, winning the Premier League in his first season at the club. That must have been one of the toughest acts to follow after Jurgen Klopp's tremendous time at Anfield. However, as we all know, football is a results business and you're only really as good as your last win. And with a club like Liverpool's stature, their last trophy, and should they finish this season trophyless outside the top four, well, there's a real chance of that happening. And then the Salah drama could just magnify that and be an extra weight on the scale of judgment on Slot's future come the end of the season. Now, football does need to move on. And with Salah going out of the door, there's going to be questions like who can fill his boots? And as I mentioned, similar to the manager last season, this will be undoubtedly huge shoes to fill. They've been linked already with the likes of Francisco Conceição, Bradley Barcola, Anthony Gordon. However, I think the most interesting name is that of Jan Diomande. He's a 19-year-old Ivorian winger who's currently playing at RB Leipzig, and Jurgen Klopp has been pushing for Liverpool to sign him, so that's certainly one to watch. Finally, some people will be comparing this to when Eden Hazard left Chelsea back in 2019 to join Real Madrid, with him very much being their star man at the time, and the Blues having faced some struggles since. Although I say struggles, they have still managed to win 3 European trophies, including the Champions League and the Club World Cup since his departure. But I also think it's fair to say that Hazard did give Chelsea a certain X factor that they haven't quite been able to replace, even still today. I think players like Salah are truly exceptional, so it's not as easy as simply just replacing him. Liverpool might even have to adapt their game plan or even change it completely. It depends on a lot of different factors, but I don't think we'll see a downfall, or at least not solely because of the departure of Mohamed Salah. Returning to the now, Salah has still 2 more months as a Liverpool player, so the question will be, can Liverpool finish the Premier League strong with a Champions League place and maybe even holding the trophy one more time? Well, just make sure you're tuned into TV47 to find out. And as always, great to speak with you today. Nashukuru sana.
Nashukuru sana, my very good friend Charlie Rowing, coming to us, of course, one-on-one all the way from London, one of the world's top international football journalists, speaking to us, of course, about what is happening behind the scenes in the dressing room of Mo Salah. We've had, of course, his departure and exit from Liverpool has finally happened. Finally, saying finally because it was spoken for a long time. Now, of course, we have. Remember, stick around also. I have other international football journalists from Spain, from Dubai, I think, from Manchester, and from Germany as well. They'll be joining us a little bit later, one-on-one on this show, to give us the very latest in terms, of course, on this matter about Mo Salah and, of course, international football and the European top league. So stick around for that. Don't go away. We're shifting gears right now. We are getting into a very interesting, of course, topic about exactly what is happening in our cup football here in the country. We have the FKF Cup that is ongoing. We are getting into the knockout stages of this competition, and we are seeing teams, underdogs, overturning wanapendua timu zile ambazo zimezoeleka katika ligi kuu. And of course, this afternoon, I am joined by one such team, Kuta Collection FC. Now, Kuta, they have been drawn with Shabana for the round of 16. And Shabana, in course, I have in studio, of course, we have Momanyi, one of our camera technicians here, who is licking his lips and waiting for that very important fixture against Kuta Collection. They have been telling me how they will be beating and thrashing Kuta Collection, but trust me, BB has removed, of course, ejected Gore and all that, and Kuta Collection, where they are, it is just not by fluke. They have been there by merit. And of course, this afternoon, I'm joined by the head coach of Kuta Collection FC, a very good friend of mine for a very long time, former Harambee Stars player, He is, of course, a face. These are the pioneers of football in the country, of course, put where Kenyan Premier League needs to be. Wilson Oburu, karibu sana.
Asante.
Nimefurahi sana kukuona. Ametoka Mombasani, alikuwa pale kwenye beach pale akirelax kwenye boti. But of course, thank you for making time, coach. We also have the founder and also a player of Kuta Collection FC. Anajulikana pia tu kama Kuta. Sasa atatuambia kwa nini ni Kuta. Augustine, of course, Kuta. Karibu sana. Founder and of course a player of Kuta Collection. Karibu sana.
Asante sana.
Atatuambia okay, Kuta okay, ni jina yake. And then of course we have captain wa Kuta Collection FC, my very good friend Morgan Odur. Karibuni sana. Asante. Wacha tuanze na founder. Founder, someone who is interacting with Kuta Collection FC. Waambie ni what is Kuta Collection FC, mko wapi, mnapiga shughuli yenu nini, na kwa nini mlianza? And of course remember Kuta Collection FC, the reason of course why they are here is a team that of course one of my colleagues in the football industry, Elias Makori, has fully put his weight behind to ensure they nurture talent. Kama nadanganya utasema ukweli. Augustine, tuambie Kuta Collection FC ni nani?
Kuta Collection FC is a non-league side. It's basically formed of unattached players, yes, who have already played in the higher leagues and some who are upcoming players. So basically the team is formed by myself and Mr. Makori, yes, who is a good friend. Yes. We decided to go ahead with this initiative, yes, since back in a few years back, like 3 years, 4 years I think I can say, we had the same initiative with Mr. Elias Makori, yes, at Nation Media Group. Yes. He's the one who came up with the idea of registering a team in the, yes, in the FKF Cup. Yes. So we decided to register the team, mm-hmm, at least give the players who are unattached an opportunity to showcase their talent. Mm. So,
of course you mentioned where are you based exactly? Napiga wapi zoezi yenyu ama tu nyinyi mko? Basically Dandora ikikuja mnaingia Dandora, City ikikaa mnapiga kule, Coast Oburu akiwalika Coast mnaenda kule.
Yeah, we definitely don't have a training ground that we can call home. Yeah. But as we started with just friendly matches. Yes. We used to organize friendly matches, go play against Premier League sides, NSL sides. But now since we're in the tournament, yes, we need to keep fit, so we try and find a pitch where we can use as a training ground once in a while. Yes. Yep.
Utafanya maombi ya kiwanja. We need to get Kuta Collection stadium, of course, so at least it can be consistent for you guys. Yeah. Coach Wilson Oburu, looking at the FKF Cup, the Mozartbet Cup, that of course is underway, where you're in the round of 16. Naangalia tu of course venye mulikuwa round of 64 pale Kinoro Stadium, Meru. Through penalties you eliminated Al Azizia. Of course, you are an non-league side, and this, of course, was a National League Division 2 side. In the round of 32, of course, you did KCG or Gopa FC, Kasarani Annex, mkaalitoa. Then now, muko na Siabana, Torebobe. Tuambie jani mpaka saa hii umepanga nini, of course, going for this round of 16?
Yeah, vile tu founder amesema kwamba hii team ni team ambayo iko na wachezaji ambao wengine wamecheza kwenye ligi ya juu, wengine hapo katikati. Na ile kitu ambacho walikuwa wanajaribu kufanya ni kitu ambayo nimekuwa nikifuatilia, nikiona ile kitu wanafanya. Kwa hivyo kucheza kwa hiki kinyang'anyiro cha FKF Cup inapatia hawa players ile age ya kuwa kwa ina competition level, because unakuta hawa wachezaji maybe wengine ni wale ambao walikuwa wameumia alafu wakaachiliwa kwenye timu. Kuna wale ambao pengine kandarasi zao ziliisha na hawakuweza kupata timu kwa muda, na maybe wanalenga kupata timu in the next window. So by giving them a chance ya kucheza kwa competition, wakienda kupata timu zingine watakuwa kwa same level maybe, ama sio sana mbali na wale ambao kwenye hizo team already. So tulianza kucheza tournament huko Meru, which was also good experience. Tumekuwa tukicheza ma friendlies na teams kubwa saa zingine Gor Mahia, Mathare, Kenya Police, but now in a competition, sasa tuko kwa competition, maybe mentality ina change. Ilikuwa ngumu kidogo, pia si rahisi. Tukaweza kuqualify game ya kwanza through penalties, which now ulianza kuona pia players sasa mind zao pia zina shift. When we met Ogopa KSG, I think we had a better game na tukaweza kushinda kwa normal time na tukapata pia clean sheet. Now after draw tumeweza kupata team at least nafikiri inacheza mahali pazuri, na I think ndio beauty ya hii tournament. Unapata na team mbalimbali. Saa hizo wanapata na players ambao maybe wako unattached but mentality yetu iko poa. Maybe wao pia walipatana na team before wacheza na sisi, walipatana na team ambazo maybe ziko kwa lower league. That's the beauty. So tutafika kwa uwanja, tutakuwa 11-11 and we'll give our best kuweza kujaribu kushinda hiyo mechi.
Head coach of course wa Kuta Collection FC Wilson Oburu wako hapa pamoja na founder Augustine, founder na player as well Augustine Kuta, as well as na captain Morgan Oduor. Captain of course atakuja just after this break. Captain atakuja kutuambia challenges za hii squad ambazo wamepitia na venye wame overcome. Squad ile dressing room ile inakaaje, watu wanasema vipi, wamepanga vipi of course, na future yao inakaaje kwenye Kuta Collection katika of course hii competition and in future. Atatuelezea hizo of course together with also the founder and head coach, atuambia wamepanga vipi. But remember, this is Sports Extravaganza. My name is Tony Kwalanda. We are taking a very short break. We'll be back also, of course. We shall also be interviewing one of the supporters of Kuta Collection FC, Elias Makori, of course, who will be able to share his future and of course his vision for this particular team. After this very short break.
Leo tumekuja kupewa chakula na tumeshapata, na hii kampuni ya Tatua Tatu
nilikuwa nafanya huko Isili kwa Oria. Sasa alipunguza wafanyikazi. Sasa saa hii hatuna namna.
Vijana wangu wa mama wangu ambao tumekuja nao, nimefurahia sana, wamepata chakula, na mimi kama youths naangazia ya kwamba kusaidia wamama ni chanzo kubwa, kwa sababu wao ndio walitubeba kwa tumbo.
Mumefanya mzuri sana na mbarikiwe na mtukumbukange sana. Sisi ni watu wa masina.
Welcome back. This is Sports Extravaganza. My name is Tony Kwalanda. We are live every Saturday from 4 p.m. all the way to 7 p.m. Remember, today is just a weekend, which is very special. It's the international FIFA break. Teams are all over. That's of course this particular weekend we are not able to share or broadcast any live games. But remember, going forward, remember we have the FA Cup next week. We shall of course be part and parcel of that. We'll be having the EPL coming up. So stick around for that. Remember also on the Radio 47, things are happening in football terms, just in case you're missing anything on any front of football. Remember, of course, we are continuing the discussion about Kuta Collection Football Club, the rise of this club. Shabana are waiting, licking their lips and saying, yes, hawa tunataka kwenda kuwafanyia ile kitu. But kumbukeni, Gor Mahia, AFC walifanyia ile kitu na timu ambazo, of course, we didn't expect. And Kuta Collection are facing Shabana in the round of 16 of the Mozart Bet FKF Cup coming up. And of course, we have the owner, or let me say the founder and the player, that is Augustine Kuta, the head coach Wilson Oburu, and as well as Morgan Oduor, captain. Captain, wacha nikuulize pia nikuingize kwa hii mix. Kwa manufaa, of course, wacha tuanze na hii mambo ya, nilikuwa nimekuambia mambo ya Harambee Stars. Umewatch game ya Harambee Stars jana. Tuko tuna watch tukifunga vidole na miguu, tumekaza tukiwatch screen, and the result was not very favorable for Benny McCarthy. It has exposed Benny McCarthy, according to some pundits and commentators. Where will you nudge ile game? Kuchapa na Estonia mzee.
Okay, according to me, naweza ikompare na hizo game zingine. Kulingana na mimi game yenyewe ilikuwa iko poa in terms of display.
Yes.
At least we could be able to keep the ball for a long period of time. The confidence was there. At least it's a progress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at least kwa hiyo at least tukienda kwa AFCON tutasumbukana sana. At least we are now looking at where the gaps are. But captain, kwa nini ulijoin Kuta Collection? Ile siku uliambiwa kuna Kuta Collection ukuje ucheze FC. Kwa nini, why did you join this particular team? And of course you're speaking also on behalf of this other pool of players who are part of this squad.
Okay. Kuta and I have known each other for quite a long time now. We've been friends even before the birth of Kuta Collection. So when Kuta Collection came, automatically I had to be there. Yeah. So it started in 2022.
Yes.
And most of us were attached at that time. So we were using it as a way to keep fit during the off seasons.
Yes.
And now we found ourselves being unattached, and we're using it to keep fit as we wait for the next window. Yes.
Well done. Augustine, founder of Kuta Collection. Nani umekuwa, of course you've mentioned, of course you came up, you have your friend here, Odwor, you've had Elas Makori, and of course other partners who have made this success. I know challenges ni mob, but the things that are keeping you going are enabling you to play logistically, move here, mmefika wapi, supporters ni kina nani, na mmepanga nini, who are you looking forward to, or how do you welcome other supporters or people who can actually, be part of Kuta Collection?
We can say as at now, we are relying mostly on our friends. We have guys who have played in this team before, when they were unattached. Some have played for this team while they're still attached, just as a way to keep fit, improve themselves when they're free. We have players who are outside already, players who are in the national team, most of them. We have the likes of Duke Abuya, Alfonso Mija, players like Masoud Juma, Teddy Akumu, Eric Marcelo, just to mention a few. But these guys have been very instrumental to this team. They've been very instrumental to the idea of having this team. But this time round, I think we had a sit down with Mr. Makori. He approached me and asked me about the FKF Cup.
Yes.
Since he was at Nation Media Group before, and he had the same initiative before. So this time round, he said now that he has his own program, the Pura Vida Sports.Africa, he decided that he wants to use his company to give an opportunity to these players who are unattached. Initially, when we had the project, it wasn't really about the unattached. We used to market the NMG, but now we're using this platform to give these boys an opportunity to sell themselves out there. Yes. At the same time, Pura Vida is doing a great job by trying to give these guys an opportunity, as well as market itself into the market.
Well done. And coach, of course, nikisikia venye wanasema hapa hivi, kuna challenges mob hapa. I don't know how do you keep this team together? Because nimevijana ama wale of course wako na touch nini, wanataka opportunity ya kujiexpose. Of course wako na challenges hapa na pale 2, 3, 4. How do you manage to keep them psychologically fit and physically fit at the same time, looking at all these challenges they're facing?
Yeah, it's a very hard thing and complicated pia kiasi. But at the end of the day, we just have to talk to the boys and make sure that their plans, their future plans according to the talent that they have, and what we can do with them to make them ready for those future plans. And the immediate one is just to make sure that we have friendlies at times that are favorable to them, and also training sessions, the few training sessions that we have that are favorable also to them, because sometimes they have to do other things to make sure that life continues and to pay their other bills. And also some things like playing boots. Yeah. But I think Mr. Kuta and Mr. Makori are doing great in actually giving quality balls and making sure that those small things are catered for. and this give them hope that they can actually get good training with people like us that are going to guide them in the right training, professional training, so that they actually realize their dreams. So it's a hard thing, but the way we talk to them and the support from the founder and Mr. Makori actually makes the trick for us. Yeah.
Okay. Of course, I'll as we just almost wind up, let me also Morgan, zile challenges, I'm looking at challenges. Ni mob. Of course, umezunguzia kidogo hapo hivyo, but which is the main one? Because these are call to action. A sponsor might be looking, a supporter might be looking, a company might be looking at this particular show right now, and they want to plug in. Of course, najua Kuta pia another changia hapo. Of course, how these people can plug in. Hizo challenges ni gani, overcome aje, ama gani kubwa yenye saa inawakula kichwa kama ma player from the playing unit? Wewe unakanga kwa dressing room, unajua Oburu ako huko kwa technical, huyu ana deal na administration na nini, wewe sasa ndio uko na vijana hapo kwa uwanja.
So naweza sema challenges ile main naweza sema ni maybe financial, considering that this is a project that is still young, and wakina Kuta na Makori, they are doing their best. At least tuna training kwa kiwanja poa, quality ya balls pia ni poa, but now kuassemble group yote pamoja inakuwa issue, sababu kuna watu wametoka mbali na nini. So hiyo ndio imekuwa the main issue. Ni hizo tu kuassemble kila mtu mahali pamoja. So unaweza pata leo mwingine anatokea, mwingine hajatokea, hivyo. At the end of the day tunakazana tu
kimwanaume, lakini vita haifai kuwa kimwanaume. Kutamaze, kuna serikali, kuna gava, kuna federation, kuna hivi vitu zote. Call to action. Watu wanawatch ule na watch kama ni gava ama ni federation ama kuna sponsor tax mama na nyinyi tukimalizia.
Yeah, we are open to,
na mnapatikana wapi social media na hivi vitu vingine zote? Yes.
Yeah, we are open to anyone who is willing to support the project, because basically what's happening is we are doing this out of our own pockets, me and Mr. Makori, and we can't say we have that financial muscle to ensure that these guys are comfortable where they are. What keeps them going is that they have the hope that with this opportunity they can sell themselves, but we also have to think on the other side, what can keep them comfortable during this period. And this is a project that I'm looking to having it growing in the future, because now we have this group. Maybe in the next window we're going to have another group that won't have teams. So we don't want this project to die with maybe the Mozart Bet Cup. We want it to be like a project that is always housing these players. So if there's someone out there who is willing to chip in and help, we welcome it. Yeah.
Thank you, Augustine Kuta. Coach, tukimalizia, una recruit, of course umesema venye mna recruit ni wale wanatoka, but is a specific way kama just someone who is interested to join Kuta Collection?
Yeah, Kuta Collection nafikiri sisi tuko open na tunasaidia players wale ambao maybe walikuwa injured, wako na team na wana try kupata hiyo fitness before they go, because that's also an area ambayo imekuwa na problem sana hapa Kenya. Unakuta maybe team imeachilia mchezaji when he was injured. So kupata hizo play time before he gets the next one. Sometimes unakuta negotiations na teams zinaendelea for too long mpaka player anakuwa free. Also kuna kuaga na time when the window is open, iko closed ama tuko off season. Players wanataka mahali kidogo, ama a good player haizimaliza 48 hours kama hajafanya kitu, kama haja train. So that's also a place ambao Kuta alimake sure kwamba kuna players ama tunaweza organize some friendlies ambazo zitakeep our players kuwa fit. Kwa hiyo time ambayo ni off season, tuna make sure kwamba at least in a week kuna maybe 2 ama 3 friendlies ambazo zita make sure wachezaji by the time wanarudi kwa vilabu zao pia hawako bad off.
Well done. Thank you so much, Head Coach Kuta Collection FC, Wilson Oburu. Captain Morgan Oduor, Kuta Collection FC, and the founder and player, nafanya majukumu mawili in one at Kuta Collection, Augustine Kuta. Thank you really for sharing. And let's, before tutoke, nisikuwa nimezima kitu moja. Kuna kitu nataka kusema?
Tuko na zawadi yako. Hatungekuja bila kukuletea zawadi.
Asante. Asante sana.
We are giving you the privilege to
Asante
be maybe our first fan.
Si tadunga hapa hivi. Asante sana. This is very important.
Our new kit.
Yes, asante. Asante sana. Thank you very much, founder. Thank you very much for this. And of course for the entire Kuta Collection FC. Asanteni sana kwa heshima yenu. Sinaangalia wapi. Ni very important. Makori, Mozart, kila mtu ambaye amehakikisha kwamba nimepata hii, nimeshukuru sana. Asante. Well received. Thank you very much. Hii ni kali sana. Hii ni kali.
Tumekupatia namba.
Mpaka hata amesema mimi ndio
namba inavaliwa na mimi yangu.
Asante sana. Thank you very much. I'm very honored really to receive this particular gift from Kuta Collection FC. Asanteni sana na mnakaribishwa. These are very good gesture. Thank you.
Nafikiri pia mafans wanaweza katu support kwa
by buying our jersey.
Zinapatikana wapi by the
zinapatikana kwa shop yangu. The number is 0715 25 1994. Mtu yote akitaka kuorder anaweza order through that number. Or you can even check our socials.
TikTok ama Instagram.
TikTok, Kuta Collections, Instagram, Kuta Collections, Facebook the same. And also we also have our socials for the team, Kuta Collection FC on TikTok and also Instagram.
Very well.
They can follow us.
Well done. Thank you so much, Augustine, founder of Kuta Collection FC. Nashukuru sana, well received. I am humbled. Asante sana. Hiyo nimebariki. So thank you so much, Kuta. We appreciate, of course. That's of course where we wind up this particular conversation. But it's just the start of this conversation because I know Kuta Collection are still in the FKF Cup, and of course we shall continue following their journey all the way to where, of course, they will be able to reach. And we're looking forward to you winning this particular cup, and of course represent the country continentally. That will be a huge feat, and we are looking forward to you to achieve that. All the best against Shabana. Nitakuwa huko penye mtakuwa mnacheza na Shabana. Mimi nitakuwa nimevaa of course yangu ya Kuta Collection. So thank you so much, coach, captain and founder. This of course is Sports Extravaganza. My name is Tony Kwalanda. We are coming to you live every Saturday 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Right now from Kuta Collection, I want to take you all the way to we are going to Etihad, where we have Will Lancaster, one of our international football journalists, standing by at Etihad with the very latest in terms of also weighing in on this matter about my good friend Mo Salah, the Egyptian, in terms of the transfer, Liverpool and all those inside information about exactly what transpired. From Etihad, Will, what's the latest?
Hello, TV47. It's the international break this weekend, but that doesn't stop us from bringing you coverage from England. I'm Will Lancaster, and today we'll be talking about the big bombshell news to come out of the Premier League this week. Mohamed Salah, Liverpool legend, one of the greatest Premier League players of all time, but he's announced that he will be leaving Anfield at the end of the season despite having 1 year left on his contract. It will be weird to imagine a Premier League without Salah. He's been here for 9 years now, 2 winners' medals, some incredible individual seasons, and a highlight reel boasting plenty of outstanding goals. He's going to be missed on Merseyside. There is no way, 2 ways about it. But if truth be told, he's not been at his best this year, and I think Liverpool fans know that deep down. I do think it's the right time for Salah to leave for himself on a personal level. He could still, at this point, attract a high wage in the Saudi Pro League if he does leave Liverpool. MLS, I'm not so sure, and as an Arab star, the Saudi League would suit him well. He could also still win a trophy with Liverpool. They're in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup and the Champions League. It's not to say that Salah's been poor this season. There have been moments where he's been good, but perhaps bleeding in a younger, hungrier winger as his long-term replacement would be much more beneficial for Liverpool in the long term. Arne Slot's relationship with Salah hasn't been great. Obviously, last season's incredible run of form saw Liverpool win the Premier League, and Salah had arguably his best season in a famous red shirt. But it's no secret that he and Slot don't have a relationship anywhere near to what he had with Jurgen Klopp. That may well have played a part in his exit, but I'd also hedge my bets on saying that Salah's slow decline due to old age and FSG's likelihood to wanting another player for the future probably have accelerated that decision. It could well mean the downfall of Liverpool in the same way that we saw Chelsea struggle when Eden Hazard left for Real Madrid. But there are plenty of stars who could replace Salah, and my main name is a current Liverpool player in Florian Wirtz. The German had a very slow start to life in the Premier League, of course, and showed no real signs of improvement before Christmas, but he's quickly put that to bed. Maybe, obviously Dominic Szoboszlai and Hugo Ekitike have been really good throughout the season, but Wirtz could be the third best player throughout the campaign. 2 goals and 2 assists yesterday. He's now at grips, with English football. He tends to play off the left, and of course he wouldn't be a direct replacement for Mohamed Salah. But Liverpool's left-hand side has always been weaker, and the prominence and the focus could shift onto that wing, and then obviously Liverpool would have to bring in a new right winger, but they already have a world-class talent in Wirtz. Away from the Reds and Arsenal, we know their focus for the coming weeks now. 7 Premier League games to go, 9 points clear, although Manchester City do have a game in hand, crucially. And of course, they do have to travel to City at the Etihad Stadium in the coming weeks in a real title decider. Avoiding defeat at City would surely hand Arsenal the Premier League, but a loss there and a couple of wobbly results elsewhere could see them throw the title away. I do think Arsenal will get over the line just. City are experienced in winning trophies, and I correctly predicted last week on TV47 that City would beat them with ease in the League Cup final, and Arsenal was so toothless in the second half of that game. A lot will boil down to that Premier League fixture, but I do think Arteta will have enough to see it over the line, and he might even sacrifice the Champions League to do so. That's all from me. I'll see you all soon. Asante Sana.
Asante Sana. Will Lancaster coming to us, of course, live from Etihad, a top, of course, international football journalist. Every Saturday you can be sure with these are the kind of journalists we interact with on this show, that is Sports Extravaganza, to give us the very latest in the European Football League, what is happening internationally in the friendlies, in the World Cup. You name them, all those tournaments, of course, that will get, of course, the perspective of locally here and the international perspective of that issue. Remember, you can always be part of this conversation. We are live on YouTube, that is TV47. We are live on Facebook, TV47 Digital and TV47 Kenya. We are live on TikTok as well, TV47 Kenya. We are live virtually also on all social media platforms, including TV47.digital. And we appreciate that, of course, you've been part of this conversation. 22047 is the SMS number to talk to us. 0795 045 864 is the number you can call us in live to be part of this conversation. We are shifting gears. Pole pole, mambo imekuwa ni leo, mambo ilikuwa ni bumper to bumper. Of course, we had a conglomerate of sports cuisine to serve you, and our buffet, of course, brings us to the wonderful dessert. Of course, we are shifting into basketball, and specifically women's basketball. And there's a team, a very big team, an important team, a top flight team that participates in the Kenya National Basketball League in Kenya. It's called Swish. I'm having difficulties saying that because I am a neighbor from Kisumu, and these words can bring you a lot of problems. So Swish women's basketball team are in the house, and I'm joined by, of course, the captain of this team, Susan Jepleting. Captain, karibu.
Asante sana.
Nimecheza hii basketball nikikuwa college, so na nilikuwa forward. That's where, of course, my basketball ended. We also have Carol Akinyi, who is a first assistant coach. Karibu sana, Carol.
Thank you.
Nimesema vizuri.
Yes.
Before ilete shida. And then, of course, we have the vice captain, Lavenda Opondo. Karibu sana.
Asante sana.
Coach, ule ni nani yako kwa offset? Nani, there's a gentleman off the screens. Ni nani huyo? Mtaje tu ndo ajue, watu wajue alikuja job. Msimchome. Ni nani
Ni Tony Abondo,
yes,
and he's part of Swish management.
Asante. Very important. Tony, lazima hii vitu ningesema, otherwise ingeleta shida kwa training camp tomorrow. Karibuni sana. Swish, of course, are also on social media. This particular team, of course, one person who is also behind it is a gentleman who is currently, as we speak, playing against Dar City in the Kalahari Conference of the playoffs of the BAL, Basketball Africa League, currently in South Africa. My very good friend Ariel Okal, who is of course behind this particular team, Swish. And of course we will start it off there from there. Captain, you are mtu yenyu mkubwa ama chairman wenu Ariel Okal sasa anapiga shughuli kule Pretoria against Dar City. Akimaliza game inafaa apate message kutoka kwenyu, unamwambia nini saa hii? Anakuwatch na atakuwa nakusikia baadaye. Tutampatia link by the way.
Ni sawa. Coach Ariel Okal is a good coach. I wish you all the best. I know you've done a very good preparation. You are preparing for BAL. We wish you well. He's a beast. You got this.
Kawaida.
Yes.
Asante sana. Carol, naambia nini Okal and the entire team of course of Nairobi City Thunder.
To Nairobi City Thunder, all the best guys. And to Okal, my colleague, and also it happens we were born on the same day. Let's go Black Boys.
Mbona mkunita bash? Ariel, niko na
Let's go Black Boys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well done, of course. Lavender, yourself, the entire team and Ariel Okal, of course, are listening to you. Wantaka motivation.
To Ariel Okal, I wish him the best. Actually, he's one of the best players that we are looking up to. And then to the entire team, I would say that they earned to be there. Yes. They should trust what they have been preparing. It's a matter of being right on every possession. They should play their hearts out. Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah.
Asante sana. Captain, wacha tuanze na wewe. I know you know a little bit of history of Swish and no, actually wacha tuanze na coach. First coach, since mulizaliwa at the same time na coach. Ariel, what was the reason behind a summary, of course, of the history of Swish? A summary, of course, objectives, why, mission, all those things. Why Swish came about and when, of course, your success story until today.
Swish because supporting women basketball. And it started 6-7 years ago in Nakuru.
Yes.
So from transitioning to being just a small team in a small town, and now we're in the Premier League. It's been a journey, of course, of supporting women. Personally, pia mimi, I've played for Swish. So I've seen the growth since day one, and sahi we're in the Premier League. It's been a nice journey. Yeah.
I'm happy, of course, that the journey. I've been watching some of your social media articles, and that's, of course, why I bring Captain Susan. Captain, of course, I saw questions that you were asking about certain players, and one striking question I had was, who is your loudest or the noisiest in your team? And most of you unanimously mentioned Vero. Who is Veronica? And of course you can mention some of the other team players as well who are part of this squad. Na kwa nini yeye ana kelele mingi? Kelele yake ni aina gani kwanza? Kama noise kutoka kwa inasumbua sana sisi akili, sisi wanaume.
Okay, Veronica Alwell is a good player.
Yes.
He is our number 5 player, playing as a big man. She is athletic. She likes to psych up teammates. She loves the interaction. She brings up the psych in the team. She brings up life to the team whenever we're down. Yes, that's Veronica Alwell for us.
And of course the entire team you can also mention as well. I was just pointing out Veronica so you can introduce to us someone part of the other teams and who are watching, because they'll need a shout out. Sisi watu kutoka Western tunapenda salamu na kusemwa kwa TV na radio. Wanakungoja sana, Captain.
Yeah, it's okay. We have Shalon Gasheri.
Yes.
We have Maker Deng. We have Nicola Tieno.
Yes.
We have Diana Wafula. Lavender Opondo,
Yes.
of course. And then we have Beyonce Njoki.
Yes.
We have our youngest player, 15-year-old actually, 6'5", called Iman Idris. She's a star to watch or to look up to in the future. She's the future for us. I think for now, that's the team set.
And of course, later on, you'll be able to mention part of the management team. Later on, of course, either the coach as well, you mentioned to it. But watch and later, Lavender. Lavender, this season, your standout moment, or your standout tournament, or your standout event, or your standout championship, or your standout rebound. What has been outstanding for you this particular season, for Swish, maybe for yourself as an individual, or collectively as a team? Describe, it's very important. Wanasikia na wanajua hiyo story uliowaambia, so wataka kusikia kama utakuwa.
Okay, for our team, we are a very good team.
Yes.
In terms of plays and discipline and the understanding of the game. The key word that something that picked from one of our games is that in like almost like 2 games, we've tried to like bring up the game. We were like down to like 24 points, but we still made it. Yeah.
Who are your opponents then?
Our opponents.
Yeah. Well, when you look down, hata
usijali. Usiwajali. Wejua tu mlikuwa chini. Sisi na tulingangana na like we made it there. So you see like something like that is not like easy for women basketball team. Like unatoka down 24 points and you're getting there. Yeah. And another standout for me in the team is like, okay, I'm an international player. I've played in the national team. I've played in the Zone 5 WBLA. I've played in different countries, and still I'm here with Swish because Swish, it's like a family to me. It's a safe space for me, and still in Swish, I'm still learning and I'm growing. Compared to like with the coaches that we have, with the management, with the staff, with the teammates, everything is just workable for me as a player because I'm still learning the game.
So of course you bring a lot of experience internationally to this squad as a vice captain. Well done, of course, Lavender.
Yeah.
Carol, as the first assistant coach, some of the challenges that we've gone through in the past. I'm just speaking generally because I know we don't need to speak about your scores or statistics that are there for everybody. They've already seen it. But as a squad, some of the challenges that we've gone through in the past and how you've overcome them. And currently, what are those that you are facing, and what will be, of course, the remedy that you're looking for to overcome them?
Maybe I'd say with the team, challenges that we've faced, before I even get to the management part, for the players that is, maybe injuries. Injuries for players that you expect to play good minutes. But now, since they're on injuries, you have to figure out a way how to cover that spot.
Yeah.
That, and also, personally as a coach, I believe in the Women Basketball League, there's very few women coaches. So that in basketball could be a big challenge. But so far I see there's a lot of women who are getting into the sports industry. And also as a team, maybe I'd say the hugest challenge we're facing is sponsorship. So we are looking to get sponsors to sponsor our team. I believe that is a very big possibility. Yeah.
Of course, and just before I let you go, Carol, not let you go, and move on to Susan, where did you train as a coach? Of course, now you mentioned where ladies, we have very few lady coaches in basketball. For someone who's watching and interested in that line, what would you advise them?
Put yourself in positions that you can get opportunities.
And then in your gymnasium,
yes, from there you can easily network. That is also one way. Another way is also to just do your own research. For instance, I started coaching when I was still in campus. I enjoy coaching kids. So that has helped me get opportunities to learn the craft of coaching. A big shout out to the coaches chat. I've done a course with them. I've done a few courses with junior NBA also. So that has been part of my learning process. But basketball is still a learning process. So every day you learn new things.
Yeah, well done. And of course, I wish you the very best, of course, to grow and become one of the top coaches. Remember, of course, the lady coach who coached our national team, coached the Nairobi City Thunder, of course, as well as our national team. So that's where we want to see you as well. And beyond. Captain, facilities. How easy or how hard is it for Wish to train, Swish to train? Wish. How hard is it? How do you access facilities? And of course, it's a call. Who is it? A federation? Is it the government? Is it sponsors? Nataka leo muongee mseme. Sema ikutoke.
Okay, thank you so much. Through our able support from our president for Swish Area Local, of course, and Tony Abondo, they're doing their best to facilitate us and to give us the facilities enough, or to make sure that we have the facilities to train. As players, we might not know what's going on behind the scenes, but we get to the text, we get like, tomorrow we are training at this time, at this venue, at this specific place. Maybe to them they can tell us how hard it is, but for us players, we are aware that with them having by our side, we get the facilities that we need as players. Yes.
And I normally see you, most of your clips you've trained, either you're training at home or in a private facility or at Nyayo National Gymnasium. Lavenda, mbona unacheka hivyo na nguvu? Sema kutoke. Sema you're training. How is training? Where do you train? And what do you want to have in future? Of course, ndio watu wasipitie hizi shida mnapitia saa hii for the ladies who are coming behind you.
I'd say, yeah, it's true venye so amesema, in a way that utapata message, tomorrow we are training here at this particular time, at this place. So now it's when you have to like find a way of you getting there and just try and do what you're supposed to do in training. And like behind the scenes, obviously, they are doing like what they are doing for us to like get spaces for us to train, because it's not like we are training in a specific sport. Like as players, we'd like wish like to have a sport for us someday to come. Yeah. We are like here, Swish, here is home. Tukishinda, hapo ndo tunapeleka trophy and some things like that. Yeah, so that's it.
Yeah, kazi kwetu, Kenya Basketball Federation, taongea na Hilmi, najua nitakunywa kahawa na yeye. So niambieni shida zenyu zote na I'm noting them down. And I'm very serious by the way, kunywa chai na president wenyu. But coach, as of course you've rightfully heard the challenges in terms of where they are training. NBA Africa is in Africa. Kenya Basketball is in Africa Federation. The government is here. I know they're doing a lot of capacity building or trying to develop facilities for basketball. In your own analysis from where you sit, where are we with this?
We're still not there. That's why I see it. We're still not there, but it's work in progress. So I believe there's a lot of potential in providing facilities for basketball and even other sports, not just basketball.
Yes.
But there's potential.
There is room for improvement.
Yes, big space.
Captain, what's the future of Swish? Where do you see yourself in the next 1 year, in the next 2 years, in the next 5 years? Where do you see Swish? I mean, in terms of either nurturing or winning trophies or growing the game of basketball, where are you seeing Swish?
God help us if things goes our way.
Yes.
With sponsors coming in.
Yes. Ongelesha sponsors wako ma Captain. Umebeba team.
Sana, you're welcome. Our future or where we see ourselves is participating at the WABLA. We want to be the top team.
Yes.
And through that we need facilities enough. We need everything to be in line. Our sponsors, karibuni sana, be in line with us, work with us. We are ready to have you, anyone willing to come along with them, but that's our future, where we see ourselves. And also we want to hit the playoffs, we want to finish top, and then we'll see how that goes, but that's our goal as for now.
Captain, of course, umesema vizuri. Vice captain, you want to back your captain and of course the other team members in terms, of course, where you want to be in the next 5 years. Mnajiona wapi? And what will be your call to action? Kwa sponsors ama wale wanataka kusaidia ama kuja to chip in basketball, because basketball, I remember back in the day, of course, when we had the likes of when you used to stream this particular basketball every other weekend, ikapotea. Najua mlisikia vibaya ama bado mlikuwa college, I think mlikuwa mnafuatilia sana, nilikuwa nafuatilia sana, but of course where do you see Swish Opondo, vice captain?
Kwanza hapo acha nianze hapo kwa sponsors.
Anza hapo, finya.
Hapo kwa sponsors, we are a very good squad actually, because for that everyone is willing to get somewhere. And at some point people need like those people to hold them and to guide them and to give them some time ndo tufike penye tunataka kufika. And tukiongelea, we are disciplined. And everyone is determined, kuanzia kwa management and the players also. Yeah, so wakuje kwa wingi. Sisi tuko, by the way. Yeah. The goal is WBLA. Yeah, I've played there like twice, but I would love to, like, nifike hapo na Swish because you know this is home. Napenda Swish sana, and I believe that we are getting there. Yeah.
I'm happy, of course, to hear that. Lavender, before I let you go first, who is your role model in basketball? Maybe locally, internationally. Nani unaangalianga? Nani unakaanga tu naye una scroll tu kwa tu za akiumse huyu Steve Curry. Nani kupatia moral?
So hata umemtaja.
Oh, aya. Nimeshout haraka sana. Why does Steve Curry give you motivation?
Okay, me saying of how I started basketball. Nilikuwa nimeanza ile locally, like kwa mchanga and everything. So nikianza basketball, I didn't know like there's basketball like hiyo ya NBA and the WBLA. So I used to just train, and sikuwa najua hiyo ya kwenda YouTube unatafuta watu na watch or the highlights and some things like those. But growing in the space, I came to learn that wanasemanga like you watch and learn. So ndo unapata hizo advices, mtu anakuambia go watch this, enda angalia huyu. So ikafika at some point Stephen Curry, because I used to like shooting. Yeah. So unaona nakuja na basketball, half court and I shoot, and every time before the game I would like go and try check his highlights, and I would try and apply them in the game. So I would say him because like I don't watch of basketball, but it may keep growing in the game.
Tutatag Steve Curry, particular clip. Captain, who's your role model? Tutag huyo mtu pia.
Okay, surprisingly, locally I used to look up Lavender Opondo. Yeah, I think I've told her she inspires me because she has the same body size and the speed that she has is what I wanted, but her efficiency was higher than mine, so I wanted to be like her. But having her to play in the same team, come on, that's something. Internationally, Dijonay Carrington, she has crazier defense. Yeah, I would love to have that kind of defense. Yes.
Well done. Tunamtag pia yeye. Coach, tukimalizia, of course, just in case maybe you left out something you wanted to say. However, how do you recruit? We have ladies out here looking to play basketball. I'm looking at the ladies we used to play with back in the day when I used to play at DStv University basketball. I'm sure waliacha basketball because there was no transition. Yeah. So how do you really get to tap your talent to get them interested in Swish?
Majorly, we look at the local leagues and even international leagues. But with the local leagues, it's easy for us to pick because I can go and watch a player and see their emotions through the game. And then I'd be able to say, this is a player I'd want in my team, or this is the kind of person I want in my team. So that is how we are able to recruit locally, internationally, because of networking, of course, talking to different coaches from different teams. Then I'd tell the coach I'm looking for a defensive player or a shooter. So they would send me clips of players they think would fit with me. Then from that I'd be able to judge what to say.
One last question, Coach. How do you, and of course, first of all, share with us your social media platforms, either for the team or individual. Because mimi nilienda kwa Swish, nikapata kina Jepleting, wote wako huku kina Opondo, wanatrainia kwa wapi, sijui wapi na wapi, ama tumie tu ile Swish. The Swish one is where you can actually find all your players, right?
Yes.
Which is your most favorite one? Instagram, TikTok? Amazon, Facebook?
Instagram.
TikTok, yeah.
Instagram and TikTok, then is Swish. I think
Lightning Swish.
Lightning Swish.
Yeah.
On Instagram and TikTok.
Yes.
Enda mtawapata huko. Then now you can go personal and ask them for their personal social media platforms. Just before we go to Manchester in the UK, mentally, how do you keep these players mentally together, Coach, in 30 seconds? These are ladies, and ladies dealing with ladies also takes a huge.
Yes, I believe that is where I come in most of the time, because in our management, there's only 2 ladies, myself and there's another lady. So I believe... Alando Linda.
Asante.
Yes. Yes. So I think our role mostly is to be able to directly interact with the lady. It is easier for them to interact with us other than the gents in the management. So them talking to us directly, I think it makes them at ease to share their problems. Some we share problems, we relate. Yeah, so that's the easiest way for us to be able to deal with the mental health.
Asante. First assistant coach of Swish basketball women's team, Carol Akinyi, captain of Swish or Lightning Swish women's basketball team, Susan Jepleting, vice captain of Lightning Swish women's basketball team, Lavender Pondo, management represented by Tony Abondo, who is not on screen right now, but somewhere really taking lovely photos of these wonderful ladies, but doing really good work, of course, with the Swish. Of course, the entire management team of the Swish, led by my good friend Ariel Okal. Keep on doing what you do in terms, of course, growing women's basketball in the country. Unafanya kazi poa, tunashukuru sana, tuwa support in the best way we know. And thank you for making time.
Thank you for having us.
Karibu sana. And of course, all the best to Nairobi City Thunder in Pretoria, USA in the Kalahari Conference. Shindeni hiyo kitu, tuende tukutane kwenye bali kabisa hivyo, tushinde hiyo trophy at least, tusikae bila njaa. So asante sana. This time, I know from basketball, from Swish, I want to take you all the way to Manchester, that is in the United Kingdom, where we have our football international journalist Ali Hussein standing by with the very latest about this very important topic of Mo Salah and departing from Liverpool, and any other, of course, we call them transfer news or what's happening in terms of players moving and coming in. Ali Hussein, what do you know?
Hello everyone, Ali Hussein here reporting from Manchester once again, and thank you for TV47 for having me. So the biggest news that has come out of recent times is that obviously Mohamed Salah will be leaving Liverpool at the end of the season after 9 years at the club. And so apparently this departure was already discussed and kind of agreed upon in January, especially after the Leeds game where he was completely left out of the Liverpool side against Leeds, like I said, and had a big outburst. And so with all that being said, I do think it is the right time, for both parties. His legs are gone. He's obviously not the same player he was last season, especially at the age of 33 as well. He's got 5 Premier League goals all season. And when a player is unhappy and not performing well, I think it's better to just part ways. It's for the betterment of the club and the player. And so what's the relationship like between Mohamed Salah and Arne Slot? I feel like the relationship between the manager and player is fine now. They are professionals operating at the highest level. If anything comes out in the press, there's been a spat between them. All of the media and all of the vultures would be kind of on them. So I feel like they've handled it the best they can. Like I said, as professionals, it definitely did get a bit testy throughout the season. It is no secret that Salah will be leaving despite having signed a massive new contract last season, and so the contract that was given to him, I don't feel like that the club wanted to give him that contract, especially at the age that he is now. I feel like the contract that was given to him, it was given to him to sort of suit his needs, and if they were not to give that to him, I feel like that would have burnt a lot of bridges between the fan base, the players. There would have been a lot of media scrutiny, especially in the press, and I feel like that is where the true animosity is with the board of Liverpool, not especially the manager as such, but with the board. The question is now, who will replace Salah? Now, there's been a lot of talk about if there is a suitable kind of replacement. Salah has done so much for them. He's a 2-time Premier League winner. He's a 2-time Champions League winner. He's got 191 Premier League goals. That's 4th on the all-time list. You know, there are a few names sort of floating about, like the likes of Michael Elise, the likes of Bradley Barcola, two players who are relatively quite young. They are very fast, they score goals, they are very clinical, or especially Michael Elise. They can switch to a 4-4-2 diamond with the potential of Ekatike and Isak up top. You know, the likes of Wirtz as the number 10 and Gravenberch as the number 6 and Soboslai and McAllister in the middle as the 8s. Now that could be quite exciting for Liverpool. You know, with all this being said, there's been a lot of obviously news with Salah leaving. Could this be the downfall of Liverpool, like how Chelsea kind of went down after Hazard left? I don't think it's the same kind of situation, to be honest. I feel like Salah was brought in as the poster child to Klopp's vision. You know, when Jurgen Klopp first got appointed, you know, he wanted to employ sort of a high risk sort of style of play, a rock and roll sort of style of play. And Mohamed Salah was really like I said, the poster child for that. He was the vision that you know, that Klopp had. It is no surprise, you know, Salah, he really elevated Liverpool. He really brought Liverpool to new heights. You know, before he signed for Liverpool, they, you know, they didn't really win much, especially not the Champions League in a long while. They've certainly not won the Premier League in a long while. So when they signed Salah, he really elevated the club. It still remains to be seen how Liverpool will do after, you know, he will go. That really now relies on if Arne Slot will stay. You know, there's been a lot of pressure on him recently. Liverpool have been horribly inconsistent this season. So say if he does leave and someone like Xabi Alonso could come in, it really does rely on sort of the managerial picture of the club. Now, on to Arsenal. Arsenal have a lot of tough matches coming up. Can they still win at the Premier League? Yeah, I think they can. You know, they've got a sort of a grueling run in there. You know, they've got to play Bournemouth, they've got to play West Ham, they've still got the very important game against City away. As of the time of recording, they are on 70 points. They are 9 points above second place City, and it's still all in their hands. I feel like they are in a very comfortable position. They've built up enough of a cushion to remain comfortable. And, you know, I did say that they are tough fixtures, but they are fixtures that Arsenal can overcome. So I do think they will win the Premier League still. You know, they have proved me wrong. And so with that being said, thank you to TV47 for having me today, and Asante Sana. Thank you.
Asante Sana. Ali Hussein, of course, coming to us live from Manchester with the very latest about, of course, this developing story about Mo Salah. Mo Salah, of course, being one of our top footballers in Africa, moving out of Liverpool. A very interesting conversation that, of course, even we shall be having it here on this show, of course, in a few or so minutes. Remember, this is Sports Extravaganza. My name is Tony Kwalanda. Thank you for staying with us. Every Saturday, you can be sure this is the place to be. From 4 p.m. all the way to 7 p.m. we give you the very latest in the world of football, motorsport, basketball, rugby, athletics, you name it. And of course, I'm also joined right now with one of our football commentators and pundits and analysts, Dennis Madheka. Karibu sana Dennis. Nimefurahi sana kukuona umevaa jezi ya Kenya. Siku anatarajia umevaa jezi ya Kenya.
Lazima
ungekuwa unavaa in protest.
Sasa zingine lazima tuwakilishe nchi bana.
Niwe liwalo. Hii wiki pigwe tusipigwe. Tupigwe
tusipigwe, lakini lazima tuwakilishe jina la Kenya bana.
Tulipigwa mbaya jana. Makati alishukisha jina
Estonia waliponea tu.
Hakuna kuponea, ile kwa game tu.
Waliponea tu Estonia. Game yetu ilikuwa nzuri lakini. Yes. Game ilikuwa nzuri.
I have very important questions and statements to make about our coach, which of course statements we shall be making which are subject to not being the final things about football. We are here as analysts to share, of course, our thoughts and what could have been done better or what did not work out for Harambee Stars and any other football team here. Remember, we also have our question of the day. and we want you to participate in that question of the day. The number to call us is 0795 045 864. That's the number to call in live, 0795 045 864. What needs to be done for Harambee Stars to perform better? What needs to be done? Is it coach? Is it Odada? Is it Obiero? Is it Orambo? Who? What needs to be done to make Harambee Stars perform better locally, internationally, regionally? I mean, at FIFA series, hatuwezi kuwa tunapigwa na Estonia. Hiyo kitu narudia tena na lazima nitasema. Hatuwezi kuwa tunapigwa na Estonia. And we're not supposed to take a game to penalties against a team that is lowly ranked in the FIFA rankings. Like 20 spaces from, karibu 20 spaces from us.
Sindio.
Hii tumekataa. 0795, give us your opinion. 0795 045 864. Ndio namba inafaa tupigie simu. You can also send us on WhatsApp. 0793267279 is the WhatsApp number. Send us your opinion. Tell us your name, where you're watching this particular show from, and your answer. You can also send us your WhatsApp video. WhatsApp, 20 seconds, record yourself. Chukua simu, record yourself, 20 seconds, your name, where you're watching this show from, and also your answer of what needs to be done for Harambee Stars really to perform better. I'm being told, of course, wacha nisome nasikia mijumba imekam kwenye WhatsApp 0793267279. Huyu jamaa anasemaje? Hi TV47, commenting on something about the Liverpool. It will be difficult for Liverpool to replace Salah. The same that happened when they lost Mane. No replacement. Maoni yenyu. Lastborn Isaac Mwana Blues from Ndabibi Duro Naivasha. At least Chelsea, we won't lose 5 straight games because we have Portvale in the mix. Moniako. Another, of course, opinion. Sean Nipoa, next time, bring in Charles Akonor and Black Star Enoch Morrison. Ni Gor Mahia fan, Felix kutoka Diani. Thank you very much. Keep on sending, of course, your feedback on WhatsApp. You can even send us a voice note on WhatsApp, 0793267279. And also you can tell us your, as well as your video, not 20 seconds, record tuma hapa hivi, we can share our comments. Let's send so many messages to Benny McCarthy, to FKF President Hussein Mohamed, to atumie messages. How can we, Harambee Stars, what needs to be done for it to perform better against teams like Estonia? 0795045864. Namba ya kupiga simu 22047. And then wamesema kuna mingi hapa. Director wangu leo anaitwa kama Emmanuel Inonda, akona show inaitwa iReverb zinaanza saa 4. Hello, tuko pamoja TV47. Thank you. Tell us your name also where you're watching the show. And then my name is Obed Branham kutoka BG, ukipenda Bungoma. I'm Sami Stepa, America X Gen Z, mtanimaliza. From Limuch, Harambee Stars labda waambiliwe 1 million each, muone wakipiga hata England.
Ni ukweli.
Madhaka.
Hapo ni ukweli.
Jana wangeambiwa
wangeambiwa kama milioni 6 tu. Game ya Estonia. Estonia ingepigwa 8. Ingepigwa 8 Estonia.
Lakini hiyo tabia tumekataza Dennis. Hii tabia ya lazima patiwe kitu. Si wanapatiwa marupu. Si ni wewe unafanya tu kazi yako na patiwa yako. Sasa lazima pia upewe kitu kingine juu.
Mimi vile ninavyoona timu yetu ya Harambee Stars, tangu mimi nijue mimi nikiwa kijana mdogo, ile timu hakuna siku imecheza kama vile West Africa countries kama Nigeria, Cameroon, Senegal na kina Ghana, wale Black Stars. Sababu ukienda kule utapata wanaidiwa pesa nyingi. Hata wakicheza na timu kama unakuta timu kama Kenya hatuko vizuri vile sana kama Nigeria ama timu kama Cameroon. Unapata ile pesa wameaidiwa ni nyingi na sisi hatujaidiwa. Ndio unapata sisi tunachapwa hata 4. Juzi Makafi aliokota kidogo akaenda hapo Senegal. I think it was Senegal. Akatandikwa 8.
Haya.
Ni pesa tu. Vijana wapewe pesa.
Nyinyi mcheze tu game. Agwanda anasema I think Harambee Stars should gain that courageous mentality of playing in international football. Wanjala kutoka Mugunas Kerugoya. In Sports Extravaganza, we are taking a very short break. Your calls are coming in, your WhatsApp messages are coming in. We shall, of course, be sampling them, of course, and discussing a lot about matters football, FIFA Women's Series, FIFA International 2020 friendlies, state of stadiums in the country. Mo Salah exit after this break. Don't go away.
Some things don't arrive, they've always been. Not for a day, for all of time. Until quietly something shifts. Moving from someday to now. Women are not honored in time. They are woven through it, shaping every story, every voice, every breath. We are because she is, and because tomorrow they will be.
Revisha ushinde. Open and save in your KCB Gold Savings account and win. Revisha ushinde. KCB, for people, for better.
Some things don't arrive, they've always been. Not for a day, for all of time. Until quietly something shifts. Moving from someday to now. Women are not honored in time. They are woven through it, shaping every story, every voice, every breath. We are because she is, and because tomorrow they will be.
What's up, what's up? Welcome to C4 Sunday, the ultimate gospel talent show.
We kick off from 7 to 8 a.m. with powerful preaching that will stir your faith.
The Bible says, arise, shine. It is not arise and shine, no.
From 8 to 9 a.m., we get to enjoy a segment that we all get to love, My Testimony.
He said you had a girl talking inside the door, like, hey!
And from 11 on the a.m., we got you covered. We bring you
My name is Diana Rose Nyerera, and I'm here to welcome you to Sifa Sunday Show. Sifa Zitande. Peace.
Welcome back. This is live. This is Sports Extravaganza. Every Saturday, 4 p.m. all the way to 7 p.m. This is your sports buffet. Nowhere else. And of course, thank you for those who will be able to participate in the show, especially our guests. Tusker FC, Kuta FC, Swish basketball team, and of course the motorsport fraternity led by Neil Gohil together with Aman Ganatra. Thank you really for making time to come for this particular show. Right now we're shifting gears now, getting fully into football. Tulikuwa tunaongelelea juu ya Harambee Stars. And if you're joining us, we have a question of the day. We want you to call us in live. Kolo, our sound engineer, is waiting to pick your phone calls together with my director, Inonda, and our producer, Boniface Kimanzi. What needs to be done for Harambee Stars to perform better? 0793267279 is our WhatsApp number. The number you can call us in live is 0795045864. WhatsApp, you can also send a voice note. WhatsApp, you can also send a video note. 20 seconds, your name, where you're watching this particular show from, and your answer. Record yourself, voice note yourself, send it. We shall air on this show. We want to send these messages to FKF President Hussein Mohammed. We want to send this message to the Vice President McDonald Mariga. We want to send this particular message to Antonio Salim Mvuria, the Sports Minister. We want to send this message to Coach Benny McCarthy, Penye Yuko. We want to send this message to our captain, Abu Omar. It's very important for them to know our grievances because in football, pia tuko kadi. Hi, kwenye WhatsApp, jamaa amesema, hi, it's Paul from Udhiru. What I think for Harambee Stars to perform well, Coach McCarthy should come to the ground to look for players. But these old players, no, they won't take us anywhere. Kuna talent kwa ground ya chini. Ananikumbusha zile comments za the late Engine Firat. Tunaweza kuwa na Messi wengi Kenya, but hatutaiwatambua.
Ni kweli, lakini kwenda kule mashinani, aliyefanya hivyo hapa nchi ya Kenya ni Fabish, the late Reinhard Fabish. Ndiye alifanya hicho kitendo na alikuja na wachezaji wazuri. Na kwa sahihi kulingana na football vile ilivyo na mizizi vile ilivyo, sahihi football unapata kuna games nyingi sana ziko pale mashinani na coaches hata wataska coach wa Zoya Sugar wapi kila mahali Chemil, yaani utapata hizo klabu ziko Premier League, ziko Super League, utapata zote kama juzi FC Leopards walitolewa na ilikuwa BB
Bread.
BB Bread wali, si ndio? Si ni timu iko chini. Kwa hivyo unapata kukiwa hata Gor Mahia pia walitolewa na ile timu. Sasa kukiwa na player mzuri pale katika BB na ni timu ya chini, definitely atachukuliwa pale Gor. Unaelewa? Atachukuliwa pale Gor. Kwa hivyo tuache mswada wa kusema kochi aende mashinani kila mahali mashinani, sidhani kama itatusaidia sana vile. Lakini mimi naonelea kochi afanye utaratibu wa kutafuta players wazuri katika ligi yetu na katika National League ambayo ni Super League, NSL, aingie mle ndani na atafute vizuri wa players wako tena wazuri zaidi. Na watu wa Kenya wengi pia nimesikia sana wakilia kuhusu top scorer wa Premier League yule wa I think inaitwa Murang'a Seal. Wanasema angekuwa pale labda angetingisha nyavu sana siku ya jana, na pia wengine pia Kibet walimtarajia kuja lakini hakuweza kuja. Lakini Ben McCarthy at the moment ni mzuri na mimi naona game yake ni nzuri, si mbaya sababu wale jamaa waliweza tulemea ile first half lakini second half wenyewe tulionyesha mpira, tukaonyesha kwamba sisi hatuko kiwango moja na nyinyi. Kwa hivyo tusitarajie makuu, hadi tukue na ile subra vutaheri. Siwe kama Chelsea.
Wacha
siwe kama Chelsea. Player na kocha anatoka, wanaleta mwingine, sasa hiyo wanataka kumfuta.
Achana na Chelsea tafadhali. On that Chelsea note, tuende Gatanga. Nasikia tuko na simu kutoka Gatanga. Job, karibu Sports Extravaganza. Tony Kwalanda hapa pamoja na Dennis ni Job ama John? Joe, karibu kwenye show. Hapa niko na Madheka na mimi Tony Kwalanda. Joe, tumeuliza Harambee Stars ifanywe nini ndio iperform better. Joe, kwa maoni yako unasemaje? Okay. Joe, kama unatupata, tumepata simu kutoka Gatanga. Sijui kama tunaweza mpokea, kama hajakuja Joe, endelea, tuambie maoni yako kuhusiana na Harambee Stars. Mazee jana kulikuwa vipi? Tufanye nini tubadilisha Harambee Stars?
Sasa ni vile mimi ningeonelea hao vijana
director simsikii huku ndani.
Wanafanya kazi nzuri na chini, naona waongezwe bidii ya kupongezwa. Hiyo ndio maoni yangu. Asante sana kwa kutazama TV47.
Asante sana Joe, pia wewe kwa kututazama, mimi pamoja na Dennis Madeka na Tony Kwalanda. Zidi kabisa kutizama TV47. 0795045864 ndo namba ya kupiga live. 0793267279 ndo namba ya WhatsApp. Utume vitu zote pale, voice note, video note na kila kitu, tuweze kuulizana maswali. Harambee Stars kunani? Of course we talked to Harambee Stars coach. We talked also to the captain. Director ameniambia kuna hizo 2-3, sio? Tuliongea pia na wale wawili after the game against Estonia. Mimi nimesema of course venye Dennis Madeka amesema sijui coach bado anafanya trial and error na FIFA AFCON imefika. Hii maneno ni noma. Wacha tusikize.
I learned that my team have a good character, they've got good personality, because first half I think we were a bit nervous, but second half we showed Africa, this is Africa, this is our soil, and as good as they were first half, like they've been together for many more times than what we have been. But in second half, my team completely dominated. So yeah, I'm very excited for that, but now I just need to learn to get my team to do that from the first minute, from the start of the game, because if we can do that, then we'll be able to cause a lot of teams problems, and we'll be able to beat a lot of teams also if we start fast and we continue to play in the way that we did. When you lose on penalties, wow, it's a shame for the players.
The coach is preparing for all of us because we have a big task in 2027. So I think it is a bit difficult, but at the end of the day, as I said, we had a bit problem to analyze how they are playing. But after we knew how they are playing, we came in and we converted in second half, and we saw, because at the end of the day, it's football is 90 minutes, and we made our mistake in the first half, and in second half we tried to come back and we came back strong.
As you heard the captain, they made mistakes, walifanya makosa wakarejea. Dennis Madheka, umesikia pia kocha amesema kwamba maplayers wake walikuwa nervous from the start. Akasema pia Estonia walikuwa wamejel, sijui wamecheza na kina sijui nani, sijui wamecheza na kina nani, sijui ni timu kubwa. Hii vitu umesema excuse zote. Harambee iko hapa juu, Estonia iko hapa chini. Hamuna excuse.
Ni kweli. Sasa unajua katika kazi, unapofanya kazi vibaya, kazi isipoonekana nzuri, lazima utajitetea. Sababu excuses lazima tu. Na tukiingia kwa wazungu hawapendi kuhusu excuses. Excuses ni kitu ambayo umekubali kwamba umekosa. Kwa hivyo kuna vile yani umekosa ukijua wewe wakosa. Kwa hivyo kile kipo ni coach asiseme kwamba wao wameshikana juzi eti pamoja nini na nini. Unaona eti anajitetea kuhusu Estonia, wako pamoja kwa siku nyingi na wamecheza na timu zingine za Europe ambazo ni nzuri. Kwa hivyo wao walikuwa wanafanya nini? Kitu ya kwanza coach aangalie players vizuri. Alafu from the word go, kuna jamaa wa Katanga ule amepiga simu.
Huyo Katanga huyo.
Kuna pointi amesema kwamba watu ni wazuri, lakini sasa waongeze sijui ni nguvu, sijui ni speed, akili. Pia kocha waongezee akili kidogo.
Yes.
Wanatakikana kama ile nafasi ya wazi ile. Ilikuwa jamaa tu tap.
Ni tapping tu.
Ilikuwa ni tapping tu. Hata mwenyewe sina mazoezi, ningekuwa niko pale. Ningetap tu nikafunga na nikaingia kwa kumbukumbu za Torati. Unaona sasa ni ile tu kocha wape tu ile akili. Yeye ni kocha amecheza ligi kubwa kule Ulaya. Kwa hivyo ni yeye mwenyewe awaonyeshe tu. Bana hivi ni hivi. Weka speed. Chenga mtu mmoja, piga pasi hapa, open up nini na nini, tupate mabao haraka. Hakuna sasa AFCON ni next year. Na nikiangalia Kenya sisi ndio tuko hafifu kidogo, sababu Uganda wako strong kiasi. Unaona wako pamoja siku nyingi. Ukiangalia Tanzania ligi yao ni nzuri, wana players wazuri. Tayari hizo nchi mbili zimekuwa AFCON, Morocco. Sisi bado sijui tulipeza mwaka gani. Kwa hivyo Makadhi ache kujitetea kuhusu ni juzi wamechukuana aunde timu na wape akili ya kufunga mabao kwa haraka upesi. Na aite Kibet.
Kibet aweke kwa steam. Kibet should observe international break. A country is bigger than a club. Hiyo ndio vitu tunafaa tuambie. Ama kama watu waambie kama kualikwa ama kutumia barua ya kukuja, ama what was the reason why Aldrin Kibet was not in that squad. Okay, we have many other players. FC Leopards did not have any players in that squad. I'm speaking as an FC Leopards fan. I stand corrected, but FC kwa nini maplayer wako hapo? Coach alisema ni sababu yake. I've hosted here coach wa Tusker akasema pia maoni yake kuhusiana selection ya coach wa national team. Ukitaka kusikia tumeiweka kwa mtandao. Sasa waache mambo tuachie tu hapo. It's a very hot potato. Junior Starlets, of course we'll be speaking about the FIFA. Remember the FIFA Women's Series itakuwa hosted here in Kenya on the 11th to the 15th of April. Junior Starlets are also wanajitayarisha kucheza dhidi ya Namibia kwenye World Cup qualifier. Junior Starlets, our under 17 team chini ya kocha Mildred Cheche. Tutakuwa tunacheza home and away against Namibia. Najua of course pia tulikuwa tumepata fursa ya kuweza kuongea of course na baadhi ya players na coach wa Junior Starlets under 17 national football team. Let's listen in to of course what they had to say, then tukuje tuanze kupiga analysis kidogo.
Namibia pia wana train hard, wanaomba Mungu, but pia si tuna train hard na tunaomba Mungu. Si rahisi, but tutajikaza sahi hadi tufike World Cup.
We have a blend from last year's players. We have a few from last year. We have 2 from 2024. And then so far they're blending quite well. They're adapting to the style of play.
Dennis Madheka, tulimiss World Cup last year, 2025. After of course Junior Starlets bana. Sasa saa hii tusipoingia tena hii sasa itakuwa ni mchezo kazini.
Mimi naona wakati huu ndio wakati mzuri na coach wa junior team namuona sahi yale makosa yaliyotokea last time, nafikiri ameblend poa wale players nini, ameunganisha players wazuri Na nikiangalia kwa upande mwingine Namibia si wakali vile. Ni shaking kiasi.
Yes.
Na bila shaka mimi naona tu wakitrain vizuri, alafu vile amechukua players wengine akeka pale nini. Naona bila shaka kochi ni mzuri na players tuko nao wazuri.
Yes.
Hiyo under 17 ni wazuri sana wale wachezaji.
Yes.
Kwa hivyo bila shaka mimi naona game zote mbili home and away sioni Namibia hata wakitusumbua. Hata kidogo sioni. Na uchungu tulionao hata wale wasichana wetu wana uchungu sana kukosa World Cup last time.
Yes,
katika nafasi za mwisho pale.
Hiyo ndio of course ni kitu walikuwa wanapigania. We cannot be missing a World Cup. Yenye tunajua tu clearly well tunaweza shinda na World Cup ni kitu tuliingia, we made history as of the first ever Kenyan team really to qualify for a World Cup under coach Mildred Cheche. So tuna hope of course this time round tafadhali muende mupige shughuli muweze kushinda. Kutakuwa na wataanza na away game hiyo ya Namibia, wataenda on the April 12th watasafiri kwenda kule Namibia kucheza, then the return leg will be here in Kenya on April 18th in terms of course of qualification of the World Cup, the under 17 junior starlets, and of course we wish them very best. My very good friend Mildred Cheche, piga shughuli yako, si pale sisi tunakusupport hapa tukupigia shangwe na nderemo na vifijo. From junior starlets wacha tuingie kidogo kwenye FIFA Women's Series 2026. For the very first time in the country, in the history of football in the country, a FIFA tournament will be hosted right here in Nairobi at Nyayo National Stadium. On the 11th to the 15th, it will be an orchestra, a bonanza of football, entertainment, connections, interactions. Remember, Kenya will be hosting Australia, India na Malawi watakuwa Kenya. Kumbuka, Australia women's team have been at the World Cup mara 8 times. Australia team have been at the World Cup. Malawi, a strong team. Malawi should be former COSAFA, I think 2023 or 2023 COSAFA champions. Malawi. Then we have India. Our first game will be against inaitwaje team. Tunapiga against ngoja kwani nimeenda wapi? Tunacheza against should be India ama tunacheza against Malawi. Tunacheza against India on the 11th. Should be on the 11th of April at Nyayo National Stadium. Remember that this tournament, the games will be aired live on TV47, on Radio 47 and Digital 47. We are the official media partners of the 2026 Women's FIFA Series. Najua Waziri, it was launched earlier this week at the Talanta Plaza in Nairobi through the leadership of the CS for Youth Affairs, Creative Economy and Sports, Mr. Salim Mvurya, together with the PS, Elijah Mwangi, together with the president of FKF, Hussein Mohammed, were at Talanta Plaza to officially launch the 2026 Women's FIFA Series for the very first time to be hosted in Nairobi. Take a look.
7 months after FIFA President Gianni Infantino visited Kenya, Nairobi is also, for the very first time, preparing to host a global FIFA tournament. The 2026 Women's FIFA Series Championship will be held at Nyayo National Stadium on the 11th to the 15th of April. Kenya is preparing to host Australia, who have made 8 FIFA World Cup appearances, 2023 COSAFA champions Malawi and India.
Cape Media, I'm sure they are represented here. You are the media partner, you know, in the series. I know you are aware. So I want also to say that that's a very big opportunity for you to ensure that Kenyans can watch the games and can get information on what is happening in this series.
Harambee Starlets will entertain the Blue Tigresses on Saturday evening, 11th April, while Scorchers will lock horns with Matildas. The third place playoff and the final will be played on Wednesday, the 15th of April at Nyayo Stadium.
I appreciate the effort that the President has gone in terms of ensuring that we commercialize our sports by bringing in private players.
My message to the young girls around the country: we are going to do everything within our power to ensure that we have an enabled environment for you to thrive.
These international friendlies will test coach Beldine Odemba's squad ahead of the rescheduled Africa Cup of Nations.
Kenya is ready to host AFCON. The matters of financing and hosting fee, it is part of the process.
Kenya is also using the event as a yardstick for co-hosting the 2027 Africa Cup of Nations. Tony Kwalanda, TV47 Sports.
Yep, thank you very much, Tony Kwalanda, for that.
Safi. Cha kupigia makofi. Ulipiga shule nzuri.
Ndakwanga ground.
Shule ilikuwa pevu.
Asante sana. But of course hii itakuwa fiti, this is something very big for Kenya, Dennis Madheka. On many fronts, the tourism, natayarisha viwanja. Tumesikia kwamba unajua kuna ripoti zinaendelea saa hii kwamba ile inspection committee ama ile inspection team ya CAF imesema kwamba kuna viwanja barani Afrika Mashariki, Hoima haiko tayari. Anasema pia kule Tanzania viwanja bado vina wapi, hapa Kenya pia mambo viwanja bado vinajengwa. CAF imetoa hizo ripoti na watu wanasema, watu wameanza kuwa na wasiwasi kwamba tutahost 2027 East Africa. Kulingana na mambo unayosikia,
ni pagumu.
Tuko
sana sababu
na hatujalipa 3.5 billion.
Hatujalipa 3.5 billion. Lakini hiyo ni pesa kidogo sana kwa Kenya.
Kweli.
Na wanaweza mkata kesho asubuhi wakalipa. Ukiangalia CS ni CS nani?
Mvuria.
Mvuria ukimwangalia ameongea kuhusu hiyo payment ya kwamba sisi ni host nini kitu kaa hiyo. Kwa hivyo sio kitu inashinda nchi yetu kulipa. Bila shaka mimi Kenya naona hakuna vile hata Mosepe mwenyewe president ana uaminifu mkubwa sana ili kombe litachezwa Afrika Mashariki. Kwa hivyo mashabiki msiwe na wasiwasi, kila kitu itakuwa fresh tu sababu bado tuna mwaka mzima huu. Na mwaka mwingine ukijaingia hapo naona hata tukifika mwezi kama wa 10 wa 11 naona hivi viwanja vyote vitakuwa tayari hapa Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda. Tukiingia kwa national team hapo Nyayo Stadium. Naona hapo hata nashukuru sana na pia nasema asante kwa FIFA kutunuku Kenya katika hiyo nafasi ya kuweka hiyo series kuchezwa hapa Kenya katika uwanja wa Nyayo National Stadium. Na ukiangalia itakuwa ni mechi zingine muhimu sana, tena mechi nzuri zaidi.
Na uwanja ni free kuingia kwa Nyayo Stadium, wakati amesema kwamba washalipia tiketi zenu
kabisa. Na nikiangalia naona Australia, FIFA imetuletea Australia pale. Australia ni nchi nzuri sana katika football ya wanawake. Ni wakali. Ni wakali zaidi. Hata World Cup wanaogopesha sana. Si wa kuchukuliwa rahisi. Kwa hivyo mimi kwa upande wangu naona yani si changamoto lakini naona yani ni nguvu fulani yani Kenya tutaipata pale ndani ya kucheza na Australia na Malawi. India kidogo ni hafifu lakini nikiingia pale kwa kucheza na Australia yani itatupea ujuzi. Tutapata ujuzi mwingi zaidi na tutapata nguvu zaidi na akili nyingi zaidi katika ile AFCON ya wamama. Na bila shaka tukiwa tunacheza uwanja wa nyumbani, Harambee Starlets yetu senior wao wakiwa nyumbani hawako rahisi. Kuchukua pointi hapa si rahisi. Wafunga si rahisi, wanapiga shughuli ambao ni pevu, shughuli ambao ni nzuri zaidi. Kwa hivyo mimi naomba tu kocha mkuu wa timu yetu awaivishe wale wachezaji vizuri na asiwe na wasiwasi na players hata wasiogope hata Australia. Naamini hata Australia pia tunaweza waangusha pia.
Tutaangusha sababu unajua Australia of course hiyo siku itakuwa Kenya versus India, alafu kisha baadaye kutakuwa na ile game ya Australia na Malawi. Alafu kisha baadaye mwenye anashinda katika hizo mechi anakutana kwenye finali ya hiyo FIFA Women's Series hapa. Itakuwa moto kabisa.
Itakuwa vizuri zaidi.
Pale Nyayo, na itakuwa of course entry tumeambiwa kwamba itakuwa free of charge. Pale Nyayo Stadium ona tokelezea tu, kujeni tujaze Nyayo National Stadium, tushangilie Harambee Starlets. Watakuwa on the 11th of April pale tumekupatia form 11th of April, ni weekend, Saturday pale tu wewe enda piga shughuli yako pale saa 12 game itakuwa inapigwa. You can enjoy that FIFA Women's Series Madheka.
Naona kwa mali kwingine naona tu mashabiki waingia kwa wengi sana.
Watakuja.
Kama sisi tunacheza game ya kwanza na India. India ni watu wa nenea, watu wa cricket. Tutawafunga tata mabao matatu tutaenda kwa urahisi sana. Mabao 3-0. Tunatatika au India. Alafu huku naona Australia, natamani sana Australia iwaangushe au hawa
Malawi
zetu wa Malawi. Ili tukutane na Australia hapo finali.
Kwenye sasa finali.
Nataka hiyo finali Kenya na Australia.
Madheka amesema kwamba anataka Australia versus Kenya kwenye National Women's FIFA Series on the 11th 15th itakuwa finali, kutakuwa na third place playoff, alafu pia kutakuwa na finali. Venye games imecheza kule Kigali, umeona kwamba Kenya imecheza na Estonia, Kenya ikapigwa na Estonia. Kwa hivyo sasa Kenya will play in the third place playoff, which means now Kenya will meet Grenada in the third place playoff on Monday. Alafu of course finali itakuwa Rwanda versus Estonia katika ile group ya FIFA Men's Series in Amahoro in Kigali. Your feedback coming through on WhatsApp. Number ya WhatsApp 0793267279. Kuna jamaa anajiita hapa hi, I'm Eddie Slim. My Kathy ako sawa, asipangwe. Haya, wewe nakaa uko na wewe ni mtu uko kadi. Haya, mwingine anasema hi, it's Sam from Kiambu. Harambee Stars wanafanya fiti bana. Okay, hiyo ni maoni yenu. Then of course tunasikia kwenye WhatsApp pia kuna one of you ametuma voice note. Wacha tumsikie amesema nini kuhusiana na Harambee Stars.
Kwalanda, mimi naitwa Wanjala, bado nimerudi. Ningependa kusema kwamba ukiangalia upande wa Harambee Stars tumebadilisha kocha wengi sana. Sasa iwapo tutabadilisha coach, mimi sioni kama kuna matumaini. Lakini wale vijana tu wajitume, wakaweze kucheza mpira wakijua wanacheza mpira wa kimataifa. Waache kucheza mpira loko. Unapata kwamba wachezaji wengi wanacheza huko nje. Inakuwaje kwamba hawa watu hawezi kuja kucheza kwa nchi yao wakacheza mpira ambao wanacheza huko nje? Mimi naona kwamba wajipe tu hiyo nguvu na kujituma, watashinda.
Thank you very much for that voice note, which you can send on WhatsApp 0793267279. You can also call us on 0795045864. Our question is, what should be done for Harambee Stars to perform better? That's our question of the day. Hiyo ndio swali letu la siku, kwamba tunakuuliza nini kifanyike ama nini kifanywe ili timu yetu taifa ya soka ya wanaume Harambee Stars iweze kuwa na matokeo mazuri. 0793267279 WhatsApp, voice note, video note, message, tuma pale. Message pia unaweza tuma 22047, unaweza pale 0795045864 simu ya kupiga. Nasikia mijumbe inakuja, simu tutazichukua. Kolo ako standby pale. Hapa kuna message moja anasema hi, mwalimu wa Koli Wisdom wa Fula from Langas Eldoret. Harambee Stars isn't bad, but the problem is moral bana. Moral gani? So wanalipwa kucheza. Sasa moral gani sasa? Si waliitwa kwa team out of their merit. Sasa kuna moral gani nyingine?
Mpaka wamepanda ndege wakakuja huko. Na nikiangalia wengi wanacheza nje. Hakuna vile eti mtu anacheza nje na facilities za huko ziko juu kushinda huko. So ilikuwa kwa tu ni wao wenyewe tu wajitume tu. Wajitume tu wakijua wao ndio tunategemea na kuna wengine. Hatuna wachezaji wengine Kenya, ni wao ndio wao Makadhi amewaita. Sababu ukiangalia ligi ya Kenya, local players ni kama wameitwa, sijui ilikuwa ni kama 7 kama wachezaji 7.
Alilenga mpaka AFC.
Sababu Gor ilitoa wachezaji 4 na 3 wakatolewa. Mmoja naona katolewa Polisi, mwingine sijui wapi. Walikuwa kama 7 hivi. Kwa hivyo hata iliniuma pia kukosa FC Leopard, timu ambayo sasa hii katikati ni wazuri zaidi. Hakuna timu iko na kiungo cha katikati kizuri kushinda FC Leopard kwa sasa hii.
Alafu hatuna timu.
Ndio ukweli.
Brian, karibu sana. Brian, nasikia kwamba uko Gashie Kiambu. Welcome, karibu sana kwenye TV47 in Sports Extravaganza. Tony Kwalanda, niko na Dennis Madheka hapa live kwenye show. Maoni yako kuhusiana na Harambee Stars, tufanye nini? Nini kibaya? What is the solution, Brian?
So what I can say, solution to me,
yes,
au wachezaji always huwa wana club wanaitwa kwa always au wageacha kwanza. Ukikuja kuangalia kwa mfano ile wakati yenye tulikuwa tukicheza ilikuwa mchana ambayo ilikuwa Kenya, Tanzania na Uganda. No, the local players.
Yes.
Na at least we move far ile yenye kwa expectation.
Brian, tunakuomba utafute network kidogo pale Gashie Kiambu, pengine ni mvua ama huko chini ya mwamba. Tafuta network
hapo chini ya mbuyu
ya mwamba. Mwamba juu yangu. But of course, as we get into the international friendlies, acha nisome jumbe 2-3 kwenye WhatsApp ambayo watu wameweza kutuma kwenye mitandao. Jamaa anajulikana kama Remi kutoka Embu anasema Harambee Stars ni wazuri, lakini kuna players huwa hawachezeshwi kama kina Mushiri alafu waache ukabila. Maoni yake Remi kutoka Embu. Maoni yake TV47, I'm Karanja from Nakuru. Harambee Stars should be determined to raise the Kenyan flag. Tafadhali Harambee Stars, mnabeba bendera, mnabeba inchi mzima kwenye kifua chenyu. Mwingine anasema Harambee Stars vijana wajiamini. Pia serikali iweke strategies na support futa. Ni Harrison from Kayole. Jumbe zenyu ambazo zimetoka kwenye WhatsApp ni hizo zimefika pale. Simu pia iko standby. Umesikia maoni yao Dennis?
Huyo wa mwisho, huyo wa Kayole huyo. Huyo ni ndugu huyo. Ni ndugu huyo, jirani huyo tuseme, ni jirani.
Anaitwa Harrison.
Harrison Kongole sana. Ameongea point nzuri sana. Sababu serikali inafaa, unajua Kenya kwa sports. Kila sports, hakuna sports tunashindwa sisi. Kenya tumejaliwa na Mwenyezi Mungu upande wa sports. Hakuna siku Kenya inaangusha watu kwa sports. Wanakuanga wanakuanga mastar kila mahali katika sports zote tu. Lakini katika football hawajai kuwa serious na football. Na players wenyewe pia serikali yani inafaa yani watu ukienda for example venye nimetangulia kusema, ukienda Nigeria, ukienda Cameroon, watu wakicheza game yoyote ile kuna pesa wao wanaidiwa wapate katika ile michezo. Hata ukiangalia Cup of Nations, usione Morocco wanakuwa wakali sababu ile pesa wameambiwa wakishinda Ivory Coast leo quarter final. Ile pesa wamepewa na wanaambiwa nyamazeni msiseme. Ubaya wa Kenya, sisi tukipewa pesa kama ile ilichezwa hapa ile CHAN, wakiaidiwa pesa badala iwe siri, tunaongea kila mtu anajua mpaka
lazima tufanye
Madeka. FIFA wanajua.
Fidelis Omondi, wacha tumsikie Fidelis Omondi. Fidelis Omondi, niko na Madeka na myself Kwalanda hapa Extravaganza. Fidelis, nasikia uko pale sehemu ya Kibra. Kibra amesema nini kuhusiana na Harambee Stars na performance yao?
Sisi Kibra, mimi kama Fidelis.
Karibu sana.
Harambee Stars inacheza vizuri.
Inacheza vizuri aje na tumepigwa mazi.
Sasa shida ni hii. Ile mchezo ya kucheza nyuma, kurudisha nyuma, hiyo ndio inafanya tunaumia.
Tunaanza na wasiwasi,
turudisha nyuma badala sasa hii special team lazima tucheze tukienda mbele. Hapana kurudi nyuma inatuchelewesha sana.
Kweli. Game tumaliza haraka first half, mabao ifungwe imalizwe mazee.
So hiyo ndio tunataka, tunaomba kama kocha anaweza kujua mpira lazima ichezwe kama special.
Asante sana Fidelis Omondi kutoka Kibra kwa maoni yako. Shukran sana. Of course, if you're joining us, you can be part of this particular calling Extravaganza 0795 045 864. Nasikia kwamba tuko na jumbe ingine yenye voice note. Waswahili mnasemaje voice note? Kwenye WhatsApp. Tuko na message 1 2 3, acha tuisikize kisha turejea na maoni.
Lakini Harambee Stars shida yao pia ni mshahara. Unapata kwamba mchezaji analipwa 60,000 na mchezaji mwingine wa Harambee Stars labda mwenye anachezea kwa academy ngambo analipwa 500,000. Huwezi linganisha hiyo salary na mchezaji wa Kenya, then you expect the same team iende play World Cup. Ni vigumu. So that's very difficult.
Asante sana. Hujatuambia jina lakini umeguzia mambo ya mshahara na tuko katika mwezi end month. Hata mimi HR hapa ameniona mshahara 60,000, amesema kwamba kuna mtu analipwa na kuna mwingine analipa $500,000. Sijui umetoa wapi statistics hizo, manake mshahara unakuaga ni siri ya
hiyo hata isumbui kabisa. Hiyo haisumbui hata kidogo ndugu yangu. Mimi naweza mwambia hiyo haisumbui sababu ukichezea Kenya unapewa 6,000 for example, alafu mwingine anachezea huko academy huko analipa 500,000. Kila mtu kwa klabu yake, hiyo ni kazi. National team mnalipwa tu sawa tu. Hakuna mtu analipwa juu ya mwenzake national team.
Yes.
Kwa hivyo national team ni equal.
Haya, hata yule jamaa ambaye alitumia voice note ni kama alikuwa anapiga doba mahali. Josiah, habari ya Naivasha, karibu kwenye Sports Extravaganza. Ni Tony Kwalanda na Dennis Madheka hapa. Tuko live TV47. Josiah, Harambee Stars wana matokeo duni kulingana na wewe ama alifanya vizuri kule Rwanda?
Mimi kwangu kuangalia shida ya Harambee Stars tangu kitambo, sio kuanzia sasa hivi. Coaching.
Coach aende asiende?
Tunanunua makochi kutoka nje. Wenye hawana shida yoyote, yani hata timu ikilusa hawana ile udamu wa taifa.
Unasema hao ni Maslay Queens?
So mimi ningeulizwa hivi. Tunalipa coach pesa mingi sana.
Na afanyi kazi.
Haya, tungechukua local coach hawa nilichukua na hao. Wakati timu za taifa zimeenda mapumziko na tuseme ni ligi inaendelea.
Yes.
Wanapelekwa kama ni mafunzo nje. So wana adapt kwenye mpira inachezwa huko nje.
Yes.
Ya pili.
Yes.
Tuwezi perform mpira Kenya. Uwanja zetu ni mbaya.
Hata zimefungwa.
Kama leo Gusii Stadium mpira ya Premier League yenye tunategemea kuona haikuchezwa kwa sababu ya mvua.
Ya APS Bomet kweli.
Wachezaji wa taifa kama hao sasa wako hapo. Niambia sasa tutaendelea kimpira.
Kweli.
Ni ngumu sasa, kuna vitu zinafaa serikali pia ichangie. Kama ni miundo misingi ya wachezaji wacheze kwa hali nzuri.
Yes.
Ndio tuinue. Ukiangalia nchi kama Tanzania mpira inainuka kwa sababu gani? Miundo misingi imeinuliwa.
Kweli.
Stakeholders wakaingia kuamsha mpira.
Yes.
So hivyo ndio mimi naona.
Asante sana. Josiah amesema akiwa Naivasha. Umemsikia Dennis Madheka amegusia kabisa, is a very sober mind about football na amegusia facilities.
Ameongea point muhimu sana.
Na APS Bomet amesema kwamba APS Bomet walikuwa pale Gusii Stadium against Nairobi United, game ilikuwa abandoned. Sababu unajua uwanja ulikuwa ina hali mahututi kabisa.
Si ndio? Sasa hapo naona huyu jamaa wa Naivasha huyo anaitwa Josiah ameongea point nzuri sana. Miundombinu, misingi. Tanzania akatoa mfano wa Tanzania.
Kweli.
Na Kenya hata naona tunajisifu sana tuko juu. Hata East Afrika Mashariki tuko juu. Na kwa hivyo yani miundo misingi kuwe pale yani katika national team. Mbona tuna perform katika athletics? Mbona football inakuwa ni shida? Unaona? Na mimi chenye naimiza zaidi. Watu wafanye siri na waahidi ya vijana. Waache kuwapea pesa za kunyamaza 20,000 ama 15,000. Wakicheza na Estonia. Hiyo ni ya kwangu hiyo. Lakini sasa waahidi wale wachezaji kama vile President Ruto alikuwa akiwaahidi kitu kizuri na unapata wana perform.
Yes.
Kuna jamaa mwingine alitangulia kusema ule alikuwa anakatakata ule.
Yule kwenye simu.
Ilikuwa inakatakata.
Alikuwa inakata, alikuwa kule sehemu za Gashie, Kiambu, Brian.
Aligusia pointi nzuri sana. Nikasahau lakini sasa nimekumbuka. Alikuwa anasema local players, wakati mwingine tumecheza na Uganda wapi nini na nini, ile challenge cup sijui kama bado hipo ama challenge cup ilikufa. Sababu kitambo players wetu local walikuwa kicheza challenge cup ya Afrika Mashariki, zinakuwa timu kama 8-9. Na ile challenge cup ilikuwa inatupea nguvu zaidi. Na wakati ule tulikuwa tunacheza challenge, ule jamaa alikuwa anajaribu kusema tulikuwa sisi ni wazuri zaidi hata kuliko saa hii. Tulikuwa wazuri kabisa.
Haya. Alvin, nasikia Alvin kwenye simu Dennis. Alvin kutoka Alvin, karibu to Sports Extravaganza. Nasikia uko pale Kisumu. Hapa ni Sports Extravaganza. Tony Kwalanda na Dennis Madheka. Maoni yako kuhusiana na Harambee Stars ni yapi kuhusiana na matokeo yao?
Mimi naweza sema hivi. Harambee Stars iko tu sawa.
Buda, tunapigwaje na timu iko chini yetu?
Harambee Stars iko tu sawa. Maybe shida hii inaweza kuwa tu hapo palika kuchagua wachezaji. Unapata hapa nchini kuna klasi nyingi. Uko na Gor Mahia, FC, sana hizo za community club. So unapata saa zingine wanapendelea sana hii Gor Mahia. Sana. Though pia mimi natoka Kisumu lakini si ati sana na support Gor, but kuna wachezaji wenye wanafaa waangalie. Kama tuangalie hapo AFC Leopards.
AFC wako kwa squad.
Angalia mtu kama Tyson. Angalia mtu kama tuseme akina Kinyanjui.
Yes.
Sasa watu kama hawa pia lazima wapewe chance, sababu sasa kama nyinyi mnachagua, hebu sikia mtu kama Stanley anachaguliwa baadaye. Sasa hapo ndio wanatuangusha. Na nilikuwa naomba kama naweza changia kidogo hapa kwa Kenya League kidogo, kuna kitu nataka niendelee kidogo.
Kitu gani unataka kuchangia kuhusiana gani ndugu yangu?
Hapa kuna hii kitu inatuangusha chini kama supporters wa league.
Gani kwa football anaongeaje? Mafans ama
serikali tafute tu vile inaweza anzisha hizi fixtures za usiku, maybe kuanzia saa 2 hivi. Sababu unapata supporters wengi wanatoka job, maybe hapo ndio wanaweza pata time ya kuenda
kuona game. Ni ukweli, sababu ndio maana tunaona serikali kwamba inatengeza viwanja kote nchini. Umeona kwamba anafanya kule Thika, kule Kisumu najua alizindua uwanja fulani Alvin Kisumu. Kwa hivyo serikali imetia mikakati pamoja na FKF kuweza kuwa na uwanja ambao unaweza watch mpira live jioni. Kumbuka kutakuwa na hiyo mpira ya live ya Women's FIFA Series, itakuwa saa 12, so utakuwa umetoka job. Tuko na voice note moja. Nimemwona just before tuende kwa voice note, nimemwona dada yangu anajulikana kama Liz Mtuku, mimi namjua namuita kama party leader. Amevalia sera za yellow, sitataka kusema chama, lakini ako karibu pia kutupatia habari kamili saa 1. Lakini kabla hiyo saa 1 habari kwa lugha ya Kiswahili, waacha tumsikie nani kwenye WhatsApp alikuwa na yapi kuhusiana na Harambee Stars.
Hello TV47. Mimi venye naweza sema naitwa Dennis kutoka Murang'a. Venye naweza sema kwa hiyo squad yenye inachezea Harambee Stars, wajaribu pia kuchukua wachezaji wenye wako Kenya. Hata si Kenya Premier League peke yake, hadi NSL kuna maplayer wanacheza, kama kuna kijana huyu wa Fortune Sacco striker anaitwa Kolo. Kuna wengine, kuna mwingine anaitwa Mwalimu Kidhome wa 3K. Kuna kina Joe Ivera wa Murang'a wenye wako Kenya Premier League. Mtu ni top scorer na unamwacha nje aje? Nikiangalia AFC Leopards wa confirm. Sasa midfield yao iko fiti, hakuna player wa AFC amechukuliwa. Hapo wanafaa angalie hata local teams za Kenya. Hata NSL wakiingia ndani kabisa watapata maplayer. Si lazima ati mtu anaweza kuwa uko juu anachezea timu iko huko nje, lakini ukikuja huko ndani, ukikuja Kenya utapata wenye wanacheza vizuri kuliko. Asante.
Thank Dennis from Murang'a, asante sana kwa maoni yako. Nasikia kuna simu pia iko standby kabla nisome jumbe zenyu za WhatsApp. Director wangu inaona anasema Zablon, karibu kwenye Sports Extravaganza. Tony Kwalanda Madheka, maoni yako kuhusiana na Harambee Stars yepi?
Mimi ni Zablon kutoka Eldoret.
Yes, Zablon.
Sasa katika Harambee Stars,
yes,
mimi naona kama ni motivation, wanafaa wamotivatiwe mzuri,
wapewe kakitu.
Kakitu ndio kanafaa, at least motivation inatakikana kidogo.
Waongeze marupurupu na wasema
ndio at least mambo yao isonge kidogo. Alafu ile kitu tena nyingine naongezea.
Yes.
Huyu waziri wa sports naye afanye chamba, asilale kwa kazi.
Unasema Salim Mvurya, waziri wa mchezo, analala?
Asilale kwa kazi yenye amepewa.
Aonekane anapiga shughuli.
Achukue hatua.
Ya kufanya nini?
Ndio hata mauwanja nayo iunde mzuri.
Yes.
Wachezaji at least watengenezewe hata environment yao ya kukaa ikuwe mzuri hata.
Yes. Asante.
Alafu na mambo itakuwa sawa.
Thank you very much. Of course tunaona messages zenyu zimefika. Haraka tu before jumbe moja WhatsApp. Hi TV47, ni mbaya sana kwa timu Harambee Stars kucheza bila wachezaji wa AFC Leopards. Hiyo ni maoni yenu. Tangu jadi timu Kenya ilikuwa na asilimia kubwa wachezaji wengi wa Gor Mahia na AFC. Austin alipokuwa AFC hakuitwa Harambee Stars, lakini aliposajiliwa na Gor hakosi kikosini. Kinamaanisha kinachukiwa au sijui nini. Ngoja hivi karibuni ataona Lewis Opio akiitwa huko, kwani akiwa Ingwe hakutosha. Mimi ni Tom Kalush. Asante. Tony Junior Sokech from Ruiru. Suggest we change the name from Harambee Stars to Kenya Stars. Names pia have power to influence. I'm Andrew from Dago. Harambee Stars, they are playing well, but some of the players lack confidence when they come to the internal ground. Asanteni sana. Parting shot, Dennis.
Sasa upande wa coach coach Makadhi, na ukiangalia vile watu wamesema hapo, wamechangia michango ni mizuri zaidi.
Yes.
Timu iko sawa, players ni wazuri, kilichobaki tu ni kujiamini.
Timu ipige shughuli.
Timu mwanzo, kitu cha kwanza mimi nataka timu ijiamini.
Yes.
Kitu cha pili mimi naimiza tu serikali wapange timu. Timu waipange vipi? Na kakitu. Waipange na kakitu.
Na kikakitu ipo.
Si ndio? Leo wakaamua leo katika qualifier za World Cup kabla hazijaanza hivi.
Tuko na ina.
Tuko na hii. Bana sisi tunataka muende World Cup. Kila mechi ukifunga Gabon, hapo tunaangusha 3 million 5 million mkifunga Gabon. Kwa kila mtu utaona ushindi katika nchi yetu. Utaona ushindi na Kenya hata bila shaka utaona tunaenda World Cup sikufichi.
Tunaenda World Cup kupitia Junior Starlets, tunaenda World Cup kupitia Harambee Starlets, tunaenda World Cup kupitia Harambee Stars. Tunaenda World Cup kama sports extravaganza in June. Canada, Mexico, USA. Tunaenda. Dennis Madheka, asante sana. Kwa kwanza kutagawana sisi. Party leader of course Liz Mutuku anasema pia yeye anaenda World Cup. Tutakuwa tunafanya naye shughuli kule tutakuwa kwanza Atlanta pale kwa ile MetLife Stadium ama pale Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Tutakuwa tumekita kambi pale tukiwatch zile games za maana, quarter finals za World Cup. So mimi Liz Mutuku pamoja na squad mzima sports tutakuwa kwenye World Cup. Upende usipende. Lakini of course shukrani sana kwa behalf of the entire team hapa. Dennis, nitwaje, Inonda, Emmanuel, Boniface Kimanzi, Kolo sound engineer, graphics alikuwa nani? I think ni nani? Ni Edu ama ni nani yule? MCR, wale flow managers of course, STOs wote wamefanikisha show. Nashukuru sana Dennis Madheka. Shukrani sana.
Swafi.
Parting shot yetu, peeni Harambee Stars kakitu. God bless. Take care. Liz Mutuku is up next with the very latest in Kiswahili. But that one, News Bulletin in Kiswahili. Ooh.